It was a cold, restless night in San Francisco. The wind outside whispered through the window frames like forgotten memories, and inside, Mark sat on the edge of his bedays, wide open, heart heavy. He was a corporate manager by day, a silent sufferer by night. Like many, Mark wore a calm mask in daylight, but as darkness fell, the racing thoughts, the unspoken fears, the burdens of responsibility flooded in. Sleep became a stranger, peace, a lost companion. That night, instead of reaching for sleeping pills, Mark reached for something else, something ancient. He opened his phone and searched how to calm the mind naturally. Among the list of results was a phrase that caught his attention: Buddhist healing mantras for sleep. He clicked play. Soft chants, slow and melodic, filled the room like incense. He didn't understand the words, but something inside him responded. His breath slowed, his thoughts softened, and for the first time in weeks, sleep embraced him like an old friend. Mark's story is not unique. All across America and the world, millions lie awake each night with minds that refuse to rest. Anxiety, pressure, grief, loneliness, overthinking. In a world obsessed with productivity, silence has become rare and true rest elusive. But long before modern medicine, there were other remedies. In Buddhist tradition, chanting is not merely vocal repetition. It is a spiritual balm, a bridge between the conscious and the infinite, a gentle rhythm that leads the soul back home. This video is an offering, a sacred space carved out of noise. Over the next 3 hours, you will be immersed in ancient Buddhist healing chants mantras that have carried countless seekers through stormy nights into peaceful sleep. Some are in Sanskrit, others in Pali or Tibetan, but all are rooted in compassion, healing, and inner stillness. You don't need to understand the language. You only need to be here, now. Whether you're lying in bed, sitting in quiet meditation, or simply seeking a moment of peace in the chaos, let these mantras be your guide. Take a deep breath. Feel the ground beneath you. Allow the sound to wrap around your soul like a warm blanket. Let go of control. Release expectation. You are safe here. You are not alone. Welcome to your journey inward. 1. The nature of suffering and the call to stillness. There is a quiet ache that lives inside many of us. It is not always loud. It does not always cry out, but it is there in the still hours of the night, in the seconds between distractions, in the hush that follows a long day. This ache is suffering, and if you are human, you know it well. In Buddhism, the first noble truth is dukkha, truth of suffering. It is not a pessimistic view of life, as some mistakenly believe. It is rather a compassionate recognition, a gentle bow to what is real. To be alive is to encounter discomfort. To open our hearts to this truth is the beginning of freedom. We suffer because we love, and what we love is impermanent. We suffer because we cling to what must change and resist what must come. We suffer because we forget who we are beneath the noise, the labels, the masks. Suffering takes many forms. Sometimes it's loud and obvious, the sharp grief of losing someone we love, the heartbreak of dreams that didn't come true, the sudden sting of betrayal. But often, it's subtle, a vague emptiness, a chronic fatigue, a restless mind that won't quiet, even at 3 a.m. Think of Lily, a young woman in her 30s. She had a good job, close friends, even a shelf of books on mindfulness and self-care. But each night, the silence felt unbearable. Her thoughts grew louder when the world went quiet. She tried everything: herbal teas, white noise apps, journaling, but the ache remained. She felt alone in a crowd, exhausted but unable to rest. Her suffering wasn't dramatic, but it was constant. It was real. We live in a society that teaches us to run from discomfort, We are taught to numb, escape, distract. Some chase career milestones, thinking success will silence the ache. Others drown in noisy scrolling through social media, binge watching, busying every moment. Still others seek relief through substances or constant stimulation. But the ache remains, because suffering cannot be silenced by force. It must be understood. This is where the path of the Buddha begins, not with the promise to remove pain, but with the courage to turn toward it. Buddhism does not tell us we must be fearless. It invites us to become intimate with our fear, to sit beside our sorrow, not as enemies, but as witnesses, to recognize suffering not as a flaw, but as the ground upon which awakening grows. There is a story of a woman named Kisa Gotami. Her child died, and she, overwhelmed by grief, carried the child's body from house to house, begging for help. Finally, someone directed her to the Buddha. He listened with compassion and told her, "Find me a mustard seed from a house that has never known death." She searched all day, but every home had known loss. That night, she returned, transformed not by doctrine but by seeing that her suffering was shared. This is the power of recognition, of seeing that we are not alone. In the Buddhist tradition, the breath is a sacred doorway. It is the most loyal companion we have there since the moment of birth, and with us until the final moment. The breath teaches presence. It asks nothing, demands nothing. It simply is. And through it, we learn how to return. Try this now. Close your eyes if that feels safe. Let your hands rest softly. Feel the air as it enters your nose. Notice the slight coolness. Feel your chest rise. Then feel the warmth of the exhale and the gentle fall. Let it be natural. Let it be enough. You do not need to silence your thoughts. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to be present. The Buddha once said, "Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life." That life begins in this moment, in this breath, in this act of noticing what is here without judgment. The chants you will hear throughout this meditation are not mere sounds. They are sacred vessels of energy. They have been repeated across centuries, across cultures, from Himalayan mountains to Southeast Asian forests. These mantras are the songs of monks, of grandmothers, of wanderers seeking peace. Each syllable carries vibration, not just meaning, but feeling. Like a lullaby, the chant bypasses the busy intellect and speaks directly to the heart. Let it wash over you. Let it anchor you. You do not need to chant aloud. You can let it surround you, soak into you, or if you wish, repeat silently in your mind. Let the sound be a boat in the river of thoughts. Let it guide you home. One of the most revered mantras in Mahayana Buddhism is Om Mani Padme Hum. This is the mantra of Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva of infinite compassion. Om is the primordial sound of the universe, birth, breath, being. Mani means jewel, a symbol of clarity, purity, and intention. Padme is lotus, the flower that blooms from the mud symbol of enlightenment, arising from suffering. Hum anchors and seals the mantra in the heart. Together, these 6 syllables are an invocation, the jewel in the lotus, or deeper still awakening in the heart of humanity. Om Mani Padme Hum. Repeat it slowly. Let each sound be an exhale. Let each vibration be a letting go, a softening, a returning. If your mind wanders, return. If your body fidgets, return. If emotion rise alow it, let tear fall. Let silence deepen. There is no wrong way to be here. Another story. A Zen master once asked a young monk, "What do you seek?" The monk replied, "I seek peace." The master gently said, "Then stop seeking and listen." The monk was confused. The master continued, "Peace is not found by moving outward, but by listening inward, not by escaping thoughts, but by welcoming silence. In the West, we are taught to conquer problems. In the Dharma, we are invited to befriend them, to sit with suffering, to breathe through fear, to rest in the center of the storm. Right now, the appropriate response may be to simply rest, not as failure, but as practice, to lay down your shields, to soften your jaw, to place one hand over your heart and feel its quiet rhythm. You are not required to fix anything tonight. Not your life, not your past, not your future. The mantra will carry what you no longer can. The breath will hold what you are ready to release. And the silence will speak what words never could. You are not broken. You are breaking open. You are not empty. You are spacious. You are not weak. You are human. And this is a holy thing. As we close this first of your journey, breathe in compassion. Breathe out the need to control. Let go. Sink into sound. Allow the chant to become your lullaby. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let it echo beyond words. Let it resonate where thoughts cannot reach. And in this quiet, in this sacred stillness, remember, you are held, you are loved, you are already home. 2. The illusion of control and the wisdom of surrender. We live in a world that exalts control. From childhood, we are taught that control means success, safety, mastery. We are praised for being proactive, organized, in charge. Entire industries thrive on our desire to plan every detail and secure every outcome. We measure our worth in how well we manage our lives. But life rarely obeys our blueprints. Jobs end unexpectedly. Illness interrupts our routines. Loved ones leave or pass away. The economy shifts. Our plans dissolve like sand in the tide. And when that happens, when the script we've clung to is torn off, feel fear. Fear that we are not in control. Fear that we never were. This fear can be paralyzing, but it can also be the beginning of awakening. Buddhism does not hide from impermanence. It places it at the very heart of wisdom. The Pali word anicca means impermanence. Everything that arises will pass. Every joy, every sorrow, every body, every belief. The breath comes in and goes out. The seasons shift. The people in our lives appear and disappear, like the moon behind clouds. We suffer when we try to hold on to what must eventually let go. The Buddha taught that clinging to people, outcomes, identities, even ideas is the root of suffering. We want the pleasant to last forever. We want the unpleasant to disappear instantly. And in that wanting, we suffer. We live in a world that exalts control. From childhood, we are taught that control is the cornerstone of a successful life. Be responsible. Stay on top of things. Take charge. These mantras echo throughout our upbringing, our education, our professional lives. We learn to schedule every minute, set measurable goals, track progress, and fix anything that deviates from plan. We measure our worth by how well we manage chaos. But what happens when life doesn't follow the script? When the job ends unexpectedly? When illness interrupts our health? When someone we love says goodbye? When all our carefully crafted plans dissolve before our eyes like sand between our fingers? In these moments, something inside us tightens. Fear arises. Fear that we've lost control. Fear that we never truly had it. Fear that we are vulnerable in a world of moving S we can't fully predict or direct. Buddhism meets this fear not with avoidance, but with clarity. The Buddha did not promise his followers a life without disruption. He did not hand out tools to lock reality into place. Instead, he offered insight that, if deeply seen, can unlock peace. Everything changes. Nothing is permanent. This truth, known as anicca in Pali, is one of the three marks of existence in Buddhist philosophy. Everything arises and fades: the breath, the seasons, the body, our emotions, our thoughts. Even our most cherished identities shift over time. When we cling to what must change, we suffer. And yet, clinging is what we do most. We hold on to routines, titles, roles, relationships, outcomes. We believe that if we can just hold on tightly enough, we'll be safe. But the very act of gripping creates the pain we're trying to avoid. The Buddha compared this to someone shot with an arrow, who then gets shot with a second arrow of their own making. The first arrow is life's inevitable change. The second is our reaction to resistance, our grasping, our demand that things be other than they are. To surrender is to stop firing that second arrow. It is not a sign of weakness or apathy. On the contrary, surrender is the wisdom of the strong, the courage of the awake. It is the conscious decision to flow with life, not against it. Imagine a leaf floating on a river. The leaf does not resist. It does not shout, "I must go upstream." It flows, adjusting, dancing with the current. The river is not always smooth. Sometimes it's rocky, sometimes it's fast. But the leaf surrenders, not out of passivity, but out of trust. A trust that the river knows the way. You too are on that river. There's a Zen story of a man crossing a river on a raft. He clings to the raft tightly because it helped him cross. But now that he has reached land, he continues to carry it on his back. The Buddha says, "Do not carry the raft once you have crossed the river. Control may have helped you survive. It may have helped you build. But now, to live in peace, you may need to put the raft down." Let's pause and breathe. Find a quiet, comfortable position. Let your shoulders drop. Let your hands relax. Close your eyes, if it feels safe. Feel the air gently entering your nose, expanding your chest, and softly leaving your body. Inhale, exhale. With each breath out, release a little more. Repeat silently, "I let go of what I cannot control. I trust the unfolding of this moment. I surrender, not in fear, but in peace." Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra hold you now. Let the sound guide you away from tension and into trust. You don't need to chant aloud. Just listen, just receive. There is an old Tibetan saying, "Relax, nothing is under control." What sounds terrifying to the ego is, in fact, deeply liberating to the heart. Another story. A monk asked his teacher how to find enlightenment. The teacher pointed to a tree blowing in the wind and said, "Do you see how the tree bends? That is the way." The tree does not resist the storm. It does not stiffen. It sways, and in its flexibility, it survives. The rigid tree snaps. The soft tree endures. To surrender is to bend like the tree, not break like the stone. As you sit here now, maybe something in your life feels uncertain, something you wish you could fix or fast forward. Maybe you've been clinging out of fear. What would it feel like to let go? Not give up, but release the pressure. Imagine now a large bag you've been carrying on your back. Inside are all your expectations, your deadlines, your unresolved fears. Feel the weight of it. Feel how exhausting it's been. Now visualize placing it down beside you. Let your spine rise a little taller. Let your shoulders relax. Say softly in your mind, "I do not need to carry everything. I am allowed to rest. I surrender into the arms of life." Mani Padme Hum. This mantra, a prayer of compassion and wisdom, becomes a raft. It doesn't carry you backward or forward. It simply supports you here, now. Each syllable is a whisper from the universe. Om, the sound of the cosmos. Mani, the jewel, the intention of compassion. Padme, the lotus, blooming from the mud. Hum, the indivisibility of wisdom and action. Let it repeat within you, like waves lapping gently against a shore. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Surrender isn't an event, it's a practice, a returning again and again. In daily life, it looks like letting someone else speak without needing to win. It looks like changing plans with grace. It looks like saying, I don't know, and trusting that that is enough. It's not giving up your power. It's letting go of the illusion that power lies in control. Your real power lies in presence, in breath, in your capacity to stay soft in a world that hardens hearts. Take one more deep breath. Place a hand gently on your chest. Feel the quiet pulse of life inside you. You don't need to steer every moment. You are being carried. You are being held. You are enough. Om Mani Padme Hum. As this of your journey closes, may you remember, the surrender you practice here is not an escape from life, but an opening to it. It is the wisdom to trust the flow, the courage to loosen the grip, and the grace to breathe through the unknown. You are safe. You are supported. You are surrendered. 3. Letting go of the past. Healing through presence. The past often clings to us like smoke. You cannot always see it, but you can feel its scent in your memory, its residue in your breath, its heaviness in your chest. Perhaps it's an old wound, a regret that never healed, a moment that didn't end the way you hoped. You try to move forward, but your thoughts circle back. A sentence spoken years ago, a relationship that broke her, a version of yourself. You no longer recognize. These memories follow like shadows. Even in sunlight, many people carry their past as if it were stitched into their skin. It becomes of how they breathe, how they react, how they see themselves. The pain lingers not because time failed to heal it, but because it was never fully acknowledged or lovingly released. Buddhist teachings remind us, suffering arises not from what happened, but from how tightly we hold on. The Buddha taught, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. The same is true of guilt, shame, regret. These emotions have a rightful place, but they are not meant to be carried for a lifetime. They are messengers, not masters. When we listen to them with compassion, their power softens. When we cling to them with judgment, they harden into suffering. There's a story of a monk who carried a woman across a river, something forbidden by his order. His fellow monk was shocked. Hours later, he exclaimed, "You touched a woman." The first monk replied, "I put her down by the river. Why are you still carrying her?" This is the teaching. What we carry in our minds can be heavier than what we carry with our bodies. Letting go is not forgetfulness. It is freedom. It is the decision to stop dragging yesterday into today. Let us begin a gentle practice. Sit comfortably. Place your hands in your lap or over your heart. Let your shoulders drop. Close your eyes if you feel safe. Take a slow breath in through the nose and release through the mouth. Again, inhale peace. Exhale tension. Let the rhythm of your breath draw you into presence. You are not required to feel anything specific. Just notice. Let go of the need to fix, to solve, to analyze. Let the breath be enough. Now, gently bring to mind a memory that still stings not the deepest wound. Just a smaller thread that still pulls at your heart. It could be something you said and wish you hadn't. Something that ended before you were ready. Something left unresolved. Let the image come to you. Observe it, not as a victim or judge, but as a compassionate witness. Repeat silently. I see you. You happened. You shaped me, but you do not define me. I release you with love. Let the memory float away like a leaf on a stream. You do not have to forget it. You only have to stop feeding it your energy. Om Mani Padme Hum. This sacred mantra calls forth the wisdom of compassion. Om opens the heart. Mani is the jewel of loving kindness. Padme is the lotus that grows through the mud. Hum is grounding, a return to center. As you breathe, let these syllables rise and fall like waves in your chest. Let them clear space in your body for peace to return. In Buddhist psychology, the past is understood as mental formation samskaras that shape how we perceive the world. A harsh word heard as a child can become a belief. I am not enough. A single betrayal can bloom into a fear of intimacy. But these patterns are not permanent. The mind can be trained, reshaped, softened. With each breath, each mantra, each act of mindfulness, you lay down a new imprint. You are not bound by the grooves of the past. You are carving a new path, breath by breath. A student once asked a Zen master, "How do I forgive myself?" The master handed him a cup of tea. As the student drank, the master said, "Notice how the tea leaves the cup, yet its warmth remains in your hand. Forgiveness is not forgetting the past, it is holding its warmth without clinging to its heat. You do not erase what happened. You transform how it lives in you. Now, imagine yourself standing in a wide field. Before you is a long, winding path. On your back is a heavy backpack filled with stones. Each stone represents a regret, a resentment, a moment of guilt or shame. Feel the weight, acknowledge its presence. Now, one by one, take out a stone, hold it in your hand, whisper to it, "I have learned from you, I thank you, I set you down." Place it gently on the earth. Another stone, another breath, another release. With each stone you remove, feel your spine rise, your steps lighten, your heart open. Say silently, "I am not here to suffer. I am here to awaken. I do not carry what is no longer mine." Amen Padme Hum, Amen Padme Hum, Amen Padme Hum. Let the mantra fill the space where your burdens once lived. Let it echo not only in your thoughts, but in your bones. Let it reach into the quiet places and bring peace. You are not broken. You are becoming whole. You are not behind. You are exactly where your healing begins. One last story. A young man asked a forest hermit, "How do I make peace with what I've done?" The hermit said, "Plant a tree for each regret. Water them with kindness. Visit them often. In time, you will have a forest of forgiveness. Every breath, every chant, every act of letting go is a seed. Plant it, trust it. You may not see the full tree today, but the roots are growing. The work is being done." Say these final affirmations with your heart. I forgive myself for not knowing what I didn't know. Lo, I forgive others for acting from their own pain. I release the past from my grip. I offer myself to this moment alive, awake and free. Amen Padme Hum. Breathe now, gently, naturally. Let your breath return you to presence. Let your body feel the space you've created. Lighter, softer, clearer. You are not your past. You are the presence that holds it with love. You are not your mistakes. You are the wisdom that grew through them. You are not your regrets. You are the breath, the chant, the being, the freedom that is here now. And in this breath, may you finally feel it, not just hear the words, but feel it deep in your chest. You are free. You are healing. You are home. 4. Fear, anxiety, and the power of present moment awareness. Fear is a universal experience. It speaks in the tightness of your chest, the quickening of your breath, the racing of your mind in the middle of the night. Sometimes it arrives as a whisper, "What if this goes wrong?" Sometimes it shouts, drowning out all other voices. Anxiety, fear's quieter companion, lingers like a mist, never quite visible, but always there. You may carry it during your commute. You may wake up to it. It sits at the edge of your thoughts when everything is calm, waiting to remind you that peace is not safe to trust. And still, somehow, we expect ourselves to carry on as if it's not there. We try to control our lives, to avoid fear. We plan excessively. We overanalyze conversations. We search for answers on the internet, looking for certainty like a lifeboat. But the more we try to outrun fear, the more power it seems to gain. Why? Because fear grows in the space between presence and projection. In the Buddha's teachings, this is called tanha, craving, thirsting. We crave safety and we resist pain. And in that clinging and resisting, fear is born. The Buddha once said, "The root of suffering is attachment." And fear, at its root, is attachment to a iccula outcome. We fear pain, loss, humiliation. We fear impermanence. But everything, the Buddha said, is impermanent. The body changes, the mind changes. Even fear itself changes. It comes in waves, sometimes sharp and sudden, sometimes long and low, but always it rises and eventually it falls. What happens when we stop running from fear? When we stop trying to fix it, medicate it, control it, or think our way out of it, and instead we turn to face it with compassion, a shift begins. The power of fear begins to loosen. Its voice softens, because fear, at its core, is not an enemy. It's a messenger. It says, there is something you care about. There is something uncertain. There is something vulnerable here. And when you listen not as a victim, not as a fighter, but as a friend, fear becomes less terrifying. It becomes a teacher. There's a story of a monk who lived alone in a forest. One night, he heard a terrifying sound outside his hut. He froze. The sound returned again and again. Finally, after many nights of fear, he lit a lamp and stepped outside. There, he saw the source of the sound, a tree creaking in the wind. His fear had been real, but the danger had not. Many of our fears are like that, real feelings, imagined threats. They live in the future, in the unknown. And the antidote to that kind of fear is presence. To be present means to return to what is actually happening, not what might happen. It means breathing into the body, grounding into the moment, and asking gently, what is true right now? Not tomorrow, not an hour from now, just now. Let us practice this together. Find a comfortable seat. Let your back be tall but not tense. Let your hands rest softly. Close your eyes if that feels safe. Begin by noticing your breath, not changing it, just witnessing it. Inhale slowly. Feel the coolness of the air. Exhale. Feel the warmth. Notice where the breath moves your chest, your belly, your ribs. Let it be easy. Let it be enough. Now bring your attention to your body. Notice any place where fear lives, your throat, your jaw, your stomach. Don't try to force it out. Simply breathe into it. Send it awareness. Say silently, I see you. You are allowed to be here. I do not need to push you away. Fear begins to soften when it is seen without judgment. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the chant rise in you now. Let it settle into the places where your breath has just gone. Om, the sound of spaciousness. Mani, compassion. Padma, clarity rising from the mud. Hum, wholeness. The sound of integration. Let this mantra become your anchor in the storm. A rope back to your body. A rhythm steadier than panic. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Now imagine yourself standing in the middle of a field. You look to the horizon and see a dark cloud moving toward you. It is your fear. You could run, but instead, you stand still. You take a breath. The cloud reaches you, but instead of overtaking you, it passes through. It feels cold. It feels heavy, but you remain. You are not swept away. You are here. And when the cloud moves on, you realize you are still standing. You survived. The fear was not greater than your presence. Say silently, I am not the storm. I am the sky. Another Buddhist teaching reminds us that fear often arises from imagining what has not yet happened. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. This is why mindfulness is essential. When the mind begins to spin, return to sensation. What do your feet feel? What can you hear? What do you smell? These anchors draw the wandering mind back home. Now let us extend this practice of compassion not only to ourselves, but to all beings. Repeat, just like me, others feel fear. Just like me, others suffer. Just like me, others seek peace. Let this understanding deepen your heart. Let it soften your edges. You are not weak because you feel afraid. You are human, and your fear is not a flaw, it is a call to presence. Breathe again, this time with your whole body. Inhale, I am safe in this moment. Exhale, I do not need to know everything. Inhale, I return to now. Exhale, I rest in trust. Many Padme Hum. In Tibetan Buddhist tradition, fear is not eliminated, it is ridden like a horse. The yogi does not wait for fear to disappear. They climb onto its back and use it as a path to insight. In that way, fear becomes not a wall, but a door. There's one more story. A young man asked his teacher, "How do I stop my fear from ruining my life?" The teacher replied, "Stop trying to make it leave. Instead, invite it in, offer it tea, sit with it, ask what it came to show you." And so the student did. Over time, fear became less of a threat, more of a guest, and eventually it became quiet enough to let joy speak again. That is the power of awareness. It allows all things to arise, but none to dominate. Return now to your breath. Notice, is it slower, softer? Notice your body. Is it a little more open, a little more grounded? And now, from that place of presence, speak these affirmations slowly, from your heart. I am not broken by my fear. I am braver for meeting it. I am not defined by my thoughts. I am the space in which they arise and pass. I walk with fear, but I do not obey it. I trust the rhythm of life. I return, again and again, to now. And Many Padme Hum. Let the chant hold the silence that follows. Let it wrap around you like a warm shawl. Let it remind you that peace is not the absence of fear, but the presence of awareness. You are not failing when you feel anxious. You are practicing. You are breathing. You are healing. Right now, in this very moment, something inside you is learning to stay, to soften, to survive without resistance. You are safe. You are enough. You are awake. And you are not alone. 5. Attachment and the art of letting go. In Buddhist philosophy, attachment is one of the primary roots of suffering. It arises not only from desire, but from the resistance to change. We become attached to people, places, things, memories, routine 7, our pain. And when life inevitably shifts, when loss comes, or change disrupts our carefully arranged world, the pain of attachment surfaces. It's sharp, it's real, and it can leave us feeling lost. But to the modern mind, letting go often sounds harsh, like giving up or withdrawing. We ask, how can I let go of what I love? If I let go, will I still care? Will I still be whole? The answer from Buddhist insight is gentle and wise. Letting go is not the absence of love. It is love without fear. It is the freedom to hold what is dear without squeezing it to death. Letting go does not mean we detach from people or turn cold. It means we let go of our illusions of control, of permanence, of possession, of entitlement. It means we trust that everything comes and goes, and in that trust, we find peace. The Buddha used a striking metaphor. He described our attachments as burning fires. When we cling to something and refuse to let it go, we're like someone holding onto a flaming torch by the burning end. We think we're holding on to life, but we're really holding on to suffering. Let's begin to understand this through a simple parable. There was once a young monk who lived beside a flowing river. He owned nothing except a wooden bowl carved by his teacher. It was beautiful, smooth, perfect in his eyes. He used it each day and treasured it deeply. One morning, a visitor came to meditate by the river. In a moment of carelessness, he knocked the bowl into the current. The monk ran after it, but it was gone. For days, he mourned. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't eat. He wept not only for the loss of the bowl, but for what it represented: his teacher's love, his identity, his memories. Eventually, the teacher came to visit and saw the state of the monk. He smiled, placed a stone in the monk's hand, and said, "This too will be lost. Learn to bless it now, while it is still here." The truth is, everything we love is impermanent. People leave, bodies age, relationships evolve, opportunities pass. Even our own thoughts and emotions, no matter how strong, rise and fall like tides. The pain is not in the passing. The pain is in the refusal to accept the passing. Let's take a moment now to reflect inward. Find a quiet space. Let your eyes soften or close. Sit comfortably, hands resting gently. Take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. Feel the breath rise and fall in your belly. Feel the weight of your body on the earth. Now bring to mind something or someone you are clinging to. It could be a hope, a person, a story, a possession. Visualize it clearly. What are you afraid of losing? What are you afraid might change? As you hold this image, observe what happens in your body. Does your jaw tighten? Does your chest harden? Do your hands want to grasp? Now, silently repeat, "This is dear to me. I care." And I release the need to control. I allow this to be what it is, not what I demand it to be. I trust the unfolding of life. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the chant begin to echo in your awareness. Om, the sound of openness, Maneth, jewel of inner compassion, Padmith, lotus, blooming from change. Hum the grounding into what is. This mantra, like your breath, helps you ride the wave of impermanence. It reminds you, you don't have to resist change. You can ride it with grace. There's a profound story from the Zen tradition about two travelers crossing a muddy road. One is a student, the other his elderly teacher. They come upon a woman in fine clothes, unable to cross. The teacher, without a word, lifts her and carries her across. Hours later, the student breaks the silence. "You shouldn't have touched her." The teacher replies, "I left her at the road. Are you still carrying her?" We carry so much memories, expectations, judgments. We replay conversations. We imagine how things should have gone. We hold on to ideas of how people should be. This mental grasping creates tension. Letting go is not about erasing the memory. It's about releasing the tightness around it. It's about setting down the story that keeps looping. In meditation, we observe this clinging closely. Thoughts come, and we want to follow them. Feelings arise, and we want to fix them. But when we simply witness with kindness, not judgment, we begin to see the pattern. Craving, clinging, suffering, letting go happens not all at once, but breath by breath, thought by thought, story by story. Try this now. Bring to mind an expectation you've had about yourself, someone else, or life itself. Maybe you expected to be somewhere else in your journey. Maybe you thought someone would never hurt you. Maybe you believed success would make you happy. Hold that expectation softly. Then repeat, "I forgive myself for clinging. I forgive them for not meeting what I imagined. I release the story. I return to presence." Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra continue like a gentle tide. With each repetition, loosen the grip just a little more. Let each breath soften the tension. Let each exhale carry away your need to know, to fix, to hold on. Love without attachment is not cold or indifferent. It is radiant. It is compassionate. It sees the beauty of what is, without trying to freeze it in place. A flower blooms and withers. A bird lands and flies away. A moment arises and disappears. Love, true love, does not say, stay here forever. It says, thank you for being here at all. There's another teaching from the Buddha. When you let go a little, you have a little peace. When you let go a lot, you have a lot of peace. When you let go completely, you have complete peace. This is the invitation not to numb ourselves or disconnect, but to be fully alive in this changing, impermanent world, knowing we can still hold joy even as things change. Say these affirmations now with care. I trust what is unfolding. I do not need to hold so tightly. I can love and still let go. I return to the freedom of this moment. Take a breath. Feel the air move through you like a river. You are not stuck. You are not trapped. What you love is not a possession. It is a presence. Let it be free. Now imagine yourself standing beside a river. In your hands are several beautiful stones. Each one represents something you love or cling to your image. A relationship, an old dream, a version of yourself. You admire them, you honor them, and one by one, you place them gently into the water. Watch them sink not to disappear, but to become of the earth again. Your hands are now open, your body is lighter, your heart has more room. Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra bless all you have released. Let it echo in the space that attachment once filled. Let it remind you, you have not lost. You have made space for peace, for clarity, for real connection. In the end, letting go is not about deprivation. It's about expansion. It's about making room for what's real, here, alive. It's about loving more deeply, not less. It's about knowing that you are enough, even without clinging. You are whole, even without guarantees. You are free, even in a changing world. Breathe now. Breathe with ease. Breathe with space. You are not what you hold on to. You are the presence that holds all things, then lets them go. 6. Cultivating loving kindness, metta, for healing and sleep. In the stillness of night, when the body lies quiet but the mind remains restless, what we often long for most is peace, not just silence, not just the absence of noise or activity, but a peace that reaches inward, a soft presence that says, you are okay, you are safe, you are loved. Yet for many, this kind of peace feels distant, especially when the voice in the mind is harsh, critical, demanding. This is the voice that replays the day's mistakes, that reminds you of your inadequacies, that whispers what you should have said, done, or been. This voice does not rest easily, and so neither do you. But Buddhism offers us an ancient practice, both gentle and profound, that brings warmth back to the heart. It is called metta, the practice of loving kindness. More than just a concept, metta is a way of being. It is a deliberate training of the heart to open, to soften, and to include. It is both prayer and posture, both meditation and a way of walking through the world. When practiced sincerely, metta becomes a light in the dark. The word metta comes from the Pali language. It means friendliness, goodwill, benevolence, but it is not a passive feeling. It is a cultivated emotion grown through intention, repetition, and mindfulness. In the Buddhist texts, the Buddha described metta as the practice that shines bright like the moon and extends in all directions, embracing the world with boundless care. At its heart, metta is a practice of inclusion. We start with ourselves, then expand outward. We begin with the person who is often most difficult to love, the self, not because we are selfish, but because we are wounded. Then we move to someone we love easily, then to someone neutral, then to someone we struggle with, and finally to all beings everywhere. Tonight, let this practice guide you into sleep. Let it soften your thoughts. Let it quiet your nerves. Let it soothe the edges of your day. We begin now. Find a comfortable position. You may sit or lie down. Let your hands rest softly. Allow your eyelids to close. Feel the body settle. Feel the breath move gently, like waves lapping a quiet shore. Take a slow inhale and a long, slow exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Let your mind rest on the rhythm of the breath. Nothing to fix, nothing to achieve, just this gentle breathing. Now bring to mind an image of yourself, not the you that is performing or pleasing, but the inner you, the tender, tired, human you as you are right now. Picture yourself resting under a tree, or lying on a soft bed, or floating on a calm lake. Let that image hold you. Now say, silently or aloud, may I be safe, may I be peaceful, may I be free from suffering, may I rest with ease. Repeat these words slowly. Let them land, let them soften you. You don't need to force belief, just offer the wish. May I be safe, may I be peaceful, may I be free from suffering, may I rest with ease. As you continue to breathe, imagine these words forming a warm glow in your heart. With each repetition, the light grows. It fills your chest, it warms your hands, it softens your face. You are held in kindness. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy of love. You don't need to have done everything right today. You are already enough. Now, bring to mind someone you love easily. It could be a close friend, a pet, a a family member, someone whose presence makes you smile. Picture them clearly. Imagine them resting peacefully. Offer the same wish. May you be safe. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May you rest with ease. Imagine this wish flowing from your heart to theirs like a gentle stream. Let it carry care. Let it be sincere. Now think of someone neutral, perhaps someone you don't know well. A neighbor, a store clerk, someone you saw today but didn't speak to. Imagine them resting too. See their human vulnerability, their tiredness, their hopes. Offer the wish to them. May you be safe. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May you rest with ease. Even those we barely know long for peace. Even those we never speak to carry burdens. Now bring to mind someone you find difficult. Perhaps someone who disappointed you, or someone you've been holding resentment toward. If this feels too difficult, start small. Picture someone who annoyed you today, someone you find frustrating, but not harmful. Recognize that this person, too, wishes to be happy, that their suffering often spills outward in unskillful ways, that they, too, want to be loved. Offer them the wish. May you be safe. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May you rest with ease. Let it be a soft wish. No force, no pretending, just a quiet offering. You may not forgive yet. That's okay. But you can begin the path toward it. Now expand your awareness. Imagine the light from your heart reaching out beyond your room, your city, your country. Imagine it extending to all beings everywhere, humans and animals, near and far, sleeping and waking, struggling and thriving. Offer the universal wish. May all beings be safe. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings rest with ease. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the chant arise now, like a lullaby for the world. Let it echo with your wish. Let it hold the silence. Let it extend your metta beyond words. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. In the Metta Sutta, the Buddha described this heart of loving kindness, as the radiant heart that never ceases to shine, even when the world is hard, even when the body is tired, even when forgiveness is still far away. This heart, he said, can embrace the whole world like a mother embraces her only child. This is the strength of metta, not to make pain disappear, but to hold it with kindness, not to erase conflict, but to soften its sting, not to fix people, but to bless them with your wish for peace. Tonight, let yourself be one of those beings. Say again, may I be safe, may I be peaceful, may I be free from suffering, may I rest with ease. Breathe now, long, slow inhale, gentle, complete exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. Feel how the heart softens as the breath deepens. Metta is not a feeling you must chase. It is a seed you water with repetition, with patience, with trust, even if your mind is busy, even if your heart feels closed, even if you don't believe the words tonight. Still say them, still breathe, still rest, because metta is not about perfection. It is about practice. And every time you return to it, the heart opens a little more. Let the mantra return now. Om Mani Padme Hum. Feel the body growing heavier, calmer, slower. Feel the space around your thoughts expanding. You are not your worries. You are not your mistakes. You are the one wishing peace for yourself and for all. You are the space that can include it all. So rest now. Let your breath take you. Let your heart carry you. Let metta be your pillow. Let sleep come as a blessing, not an escape. You are safe. You are loved. You are free. Om Mani Padme Hum. 7. Forgiveness as a path to inner stillness. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. Many think it means condoning harm, excusing cruelty, or pretending something painful never happened. But true forgiveness, from the perspective of Buddhist insight, is not about forgetting. It is about freedom. It is about releasing the burden we carry when we cling to resentment, when we lock ourselves in the prison of anger and pain, in the quiet hours of the night, when regret returns like a tide, when memories rise uninvited, when old wounds feel freshly opened. It is forgiveness that can bring stillness, not always easily, not always quickly, but steadily like water wearing down a stone. The Buddha taught that hatred does not cease by hatred. Hatred ceases by love. This is the eternal law. Forgiveness is the expression of that love, not in a sentimental way, but as the force that liberates the heart from endless cycles of suffering. When we do not forgive, it is we who remain trapped. The wound reopens, the bitterness lingers, the hurt repeats itself in our mind, day after day, long after the moment has passed. There is a parable of two men traveling together. They come to a river, and one accidentally steps on the other's foot. The second man cries out in pain and curses his companion, but instead of letting go, he clutches the pain tightly, wraps it in anger, and continues to think about it for days. Eventually, it consumes his thoughts and poisons his speech. Meanwhile, the man who caused the pain apologized once and moved on. One suffers again and again, the other suffers once. In this story lies the essence of unforgiveness. We multiply our own pain by clinging to it, and yet we resist forgiveness not because we are bad people, but because we are afraid. Afraid that if we forgive, we will lose our sense of justice. Afraid we will become weak. Afraid we will be hurt again. But true forgiveness is not weakness. It is strength rooted in wisdom. It is the courage to say, I will no longer allow this pain to shape my future. Let us begin with the first and most difficult form of forgiveness, forgiving ourselves. Find a quiet place. Sit or lie down comfortably. Close your eyes. Let your hands rest gently. Take a slow breath in through your nose and release it through your mouth. Feel your body begin to relax. Feel your shoulders soften, your jaw release, your hands unclench. Let the breath carry you inward. Now bring to mind a memory of something you regret, something you said, did, or failed to do. You do not need to relive the whole story. Just feel the shape of it. Let it arise gently, like a ripple on water. As you hold this memory, notice what emotions come. Is it shame, guilt, sadness, resistance? Say silently, I see this of myself. I do not turn away. I am human. I have made mistakes. I am learning. I am growing. Now, imagine placing your hand over your heart. Feel the warmth there. Let it be a gesture of tenderness. Say, I forgive myself. I am willing to release the blame. I offer myself understanding. I offer myself peace. You do not need to force the feeling. Forgiveness is not a door you kick open. It is a window you unlock, one breath at a time. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra carry the beginning of your release. Let each repetition loosen the grip of self-judgment. You are not the worst thing you've ever done. You are the presence that learns, the heart that heals, the awareness that grows. Now, shift your attention. Bring to mind someone who has caused you pain. It may be recent or long ago. It may be a small wound or a deep betrayal. Do not choose the greatest trauma. Tonight start with someone whose harm still echoes but feels approachable. Picture their face. See them clearly. And now imagine them as they were when they too were small, vulnerable, uncertain, hurt. Remember, those who hurt others are often carrying pain themselves. This does not excuse their actions, but it helps us understand. Now, silently repeat, I acknowledge the hurt. I do not deny it, but I choose to be free. I am willing to forgive it, to forget, but to heal. I release this weight from my heart. Let the image of that person gently fade. Let the cord that binds you slowly dissolve. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra become a balm to the space within you. A space that was once filled with resentment, now open for peace. There's a powerful story from the Buddha's life. One of his disciples, Angulimala, had once been a feared murderer, but through the Buddha's teachings, he transformed completely and lived a life of peace. Still, many people hated him for what he had done. One day, someone asked the Buddha, "How can you forgive such a man?" The Buddha replied, "Because I do not cling to who he was. I see who he is now." This is the heart of Buddhist forgiveness. It does not bind people to their past. It honors the possibility of change. It honors the present moment as more real than any history. Let's deepen the practice with a visualization. Imagine you are standing in a beautiful forest. The sun filters gently through the leaves. In front of you is a small clearing. In this clearing, you see a stone altar. On this altar are names written in light. The names of those you've hurt. The names of those who've hurt you. The name of your own self. One by one, you approach the altar. For each name, you bow not in submission, but in humility. You say, "I forgive you. Please forgive me. May we both be free." As you speak, the names rise like mist into the air. They dissolve into sunlight. The altar grows lighter. The clearing becomes more spacious. The forest is still. Om Mani Padme Hum. Breathe now. Long, slow inhale. Gentle, easy exhale. Let your breath remind you, you are not your pain. You are not your past. You are this moment, this breath, this silence, this kindness. Say these affirmations now. I forgive myself for not knowing better. I forgive others for acting from their pain. I release what no longer belongs in my heart. I welcome peace. I welcome rest. You may not feel ready to forgive everything. That's okay. Forgiveness is a path, not a destination. Tonight, you have taken a step. You have softened what was hard. You have loosened what was clenched. You have remembered what the world often forgets, that healing begins with mercy. Let the mantra return once more. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Let it be your lullaby. Let it be the sound that cradles your mind. Let it be the wind that clears your inner space. Tonight, you do not need to carry every wound. You do not need to solve every past mistake. You do not need to keep the prison doors closed. You have the key. You are free to unlock. You are free to forgive. You are free to rest. You are free. 8. Embracing impermanence and finding peace in change. Impermanence is the truth most clearly visible, yet most often resisted. Leaves fall, rivers shift, children grow, bodies age, time moves forward, never backward. And yet, the human heart longs to make things stay the same, to preserve the perfect moment, to hold on to youth, to protect what feels good from ever slipping away. In Buddhism, impermanence is not a reason for despair, it is the source of wisdom. The Pali word is anicca. It means everything arises and everything passes away. Nothing that belongs to this world, no form, no feeling, no experience is immune to change. This may sound harsh, even frightening, but the more we resist impermanence, the more we suffer. When we understand deeply that everything is changing, we stop clinging to moments that are already dissolving. And paradoxically, we begin to love more freely. We begin to live more fully, because we no longer assume we'll always have more time. There is a story from the Buddhist tradition of a woman named Kisa Gotami. Her child died suddenly, and she was overwhelmed with grief. She went to the Buddha and begged him to bring her son back. The Buddha did not deny her pain. He listened gently. Then he said, "Bring me a mustard seed from any household that has never experienced death." Desperate with hope, she went from door to door. But at every home, she heard stories of fathers, mothers, sisters, and children who had passed away. Gradually, she realized that her suffering was not isolated, it was of life. This understanding did not erase her sorrow, but it opened her heart to a deeper truth. She returned to the Buddha, not with a mustard seed, but with the wisdom of acceptance. From that day, she became one of his devoted followers. Change is not our enemy. Change is life. But we spend so much of our energy trying to stop change. We attach to the way things used to be. We replay memories. We resist aging. We fear endings. But what if we softened our grip? What if, instead of resisting change, we walked with it like a companion? Take a breath now. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Feel how each breath arises, then dissolves. Each breath comes, each breath goes. There is no clinging, no controlling, just allowing. Now close your eyes gently or soften your gaze. Place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. Begin to breathe with awareness. Let each breath anchor you to this moment. Say silently, "I am present with change. I do not fear it. I flow with it. I trust what comes and what goes." Let the words settle. Imagine you are standing beside a stream. The water moves gently, carrying leaves, twigs, and light reflections of the sky. You reach into the water and try to grasp it, but it slips through your fingers. You cannot hold it, and yet it touches you. It nourishes you. It cools your skin. This is what life is like. We cannot hold it still, but we can let it touch us deeply as it moves. There is an old Zen saying, "The obstacle is not the river. The obstacle is the desire for the river to stand still." Let us return to the body. Scan gently from head to toe. Notice areas of tightness, of resistance. Where are you holding on? To an old idea? To a former identity? To someone who changed or left? To a moment you wish had lasted longer? Breathe into that place. Say, "I see you. I see your fear. But we are safe. We can let go. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra begin to move through you, like the river, like the wind. Om, the sound of universal truth. Mani, the jewel of compassion. Padme, the lotus, unfolding in mud. Hum, the vibration of unity and release. Each repetition loosens your grasp. Each breath opens a little more space. Om Mani Padme Hum. Now bring to mind a moment in your life that changed you. Perhaps something ended, a job, a relationship, a dream, or someone passed away. Sit with the memory. Let it rise like a wave, not to overwhelm, but to be honored. Notice how that change, though painful, shaped you. Perhaps it made you more tender, more aware, more appreciative of life. Say, I bless what changed me. I bless what passed. I welcome who I am now. You are not what you've lost. You are what you've become in response to loss. And you are still becoming. In Buddhist temples, monks often sweep the temple floors mindfully every day, even when the floor appears clean. Why? Because dust always returns, just as thoughts return, as emotions return, as change returns. The sweeping is not about perfection. It is about presence. It is about understanding that nothing stays clean forever. Nothing stays whole forever. Nothing stays. The point is not to prevent the dust. The point is to greet it with awareness. Let us reflect together. What are you trying to preserve that has already changed? What version of yourself are you clinging to, even as you grow into something else? What moment in life do you replay, wishing it had lasted longer? Can you bless it instead of clinging to it? Can you thank it? Then let it go. Now bring both hands to your heart. Feel your breath moving under your palms. Feel how even your heart beat once fast. Now slower changes with your awareness. Say, I am not afraid of change. I am grateful for what was. I am open to what comes. Om Mani Padme Hum. Feel the mantra like a gentle tide now. Let it carry away the rigid thoughts. Let it carry in the soft presence of now. Now imagine your life as a great tree. Each year, it sheds leaves. Each year, it blooms anew. The branches do not fear the fall. They do not resist the wind. They trust the rhythm of the seasons. You too are of this rhythm. Your heart has seasons. Your life has cycles. Your joy will deepen again. Your grief will soften. Your identity will evolve. This is not failure. It is nature. Say this softly. I trust my seasons. I trust the cycle of change. I allow myself to grieve and to grow. You may feel something stir in you now, a small ache or a strange peace. Let it be. You are not meant to be frozen. You are meant to move, to feel, to shift. And when fear of change returns, as it will, come back to this truth. Everything changes, but you are not lost. You are present. You are aware. And awareness is where peace begins. Let us close with a breath of gratitude. Inhale, thank you for what has been. Exhale, welcome to what will be. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the chant flow one final time. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. You are not clinging. You are not resisting. You are floating, and floating is enough. You are held by the current of life. Let it carry you to rest. Let it carry you home. 9. Compassion in the midst of suffering. When life feels heavy, when suffering arrives uninvited and lingers like a shadow, it is compassion, not control, not avoidance, that becomes the bridge between despair and peace. Compassion, in Buddhist thought, is more than sympathy or pity. It is the trembling of the heart in response to pain, the deep wish for oneself or another to be free from suffering, and the willingness to act with love even when things are hard. But how do we hold compassion when we ourselves are in pain, when we feel tired, afraid, or broken? The Buddha taught that compassion must begin within. Only when we recognize our own suffering and treat it gently can we offer true compassion to others. There is a famous moment from the Buddha's life. A man approached him, grieving the death of his daughter. He pleaded with the Buddha to bring her back to life. The Buddha listened with deep attention and then gave the man a task. "Go into the village," he said, "and bring me a single mustard seed from any home that has never known sorrow." The man searched high and low, knocking on countless doors, but at each home he heard stories of sorrow, of illness, of loss. Slowly, he realized that suffering was not unique to him, it was the human condition, and with that awareness, his heart began to soften, not only for his own pain, but for the pain of others. This is the seed of compassion, not only feeling one's own pain, but understanding that pain is shared. Let's begin with ourselves. Find a comfortable position, sit or lie down. Let your body feel supported. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. Breathe in deeply and exhale slowly. Again, inhale and exhale. Bring your awareness to your heart, not just the physical space in your chest, but the energetic space, the emotional center. Sense what is there. Is there sorrow? Is there tightness? Is there fatigue? Say silently, "I am doing the best I can. I welcome myself with gentleness. This pain is not a failure. It is of life. May I be held in compassion." Let those words wash over you. Let them melt away judgment. You do not need to justify your pain. You do not need to compare it to others. You only need to meet it with kindness. Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra begin as a quiet current beneath your breath. This sacred chant calls forth compassion from the center of your being. Let each syllable soften your heart. Om, the universal sound, the beginning. Mani, the jewel of altruism. Padme, the lotus of wisdom arising from the mud. Hum, the indivisibility of compassion and understanding. Repeat gently, or allow it to rise and fall within you. Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Now, picture a version of yourself in pain. Perhaps it is a younger you, hurt or confused, or a present version of you, weighed down by grief or fatigue. Imagine placing your hands on their shoulders. Imagine saying, "I see your pain. You do not have to hide. You are worthy of love, even now. I am here with you." Let your breath be a balm. Let your voice be a sanctuary. You may feel tears. You may feel resistance. That's okay. Compassion does not need to feel perfect. It only needs to feel real. Now, shift your awareness outward. Picture someone you know who is suffering. It could be someone close to you or someone distant. Imagine them sitting in front of you in silence. Their eyes may be tired, their shoulders heavy, their face uncertain. Repeat this gentle offering. I see your suffering. May you be free from this pain. May you be held in tenderness. May your heart find peace. Compassion is not about fixing others. It is about seeing them without turning away. There is a teaching in the Buddhist tradition of the four immeasurables: loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. Compassion, in Ikula, arises when loving kindness meets suffering. It says, "I wish for you to be happy, and when you are in pain, I do not abandon you." Let's return now to your breath. Inhale gently, exhale completely. Inhale again, exhale. Visualize your breath as a beam of soft light. With each inhale, you draw in understanding. With each exhale, you send out comfort. Now bring to mind the larger world, all those suffering tonight, those grieving, those ill, those lonely, those forgotten by society, those who feel hopeless. Offer this universal prayer. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be safe and cared for. May all beings be held in compassion. May all beings find peace. You may not know their names, you may never meet them, but compassion does not require a personal connection. It only asks that you open your heart. Imagine this compassion as a golden light expanding outward, from your heart to your room, from your room to your neighborhood, from your neighborhood to your country, from your country to the entire planet. Let this light stretch across oceans. Let it reach those in war zones, in hospitals, in prisons, in orphanages. Let it reach those you disagree with. Let it reach those who have caused pain. May you be free from suffering. May I be free from hatred. May we all be held in compassion. Mani Padme Hum. Let the chant return now, as a whisper of mercy, as a lullaby for the broken-hearted. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Now bring your awareness back to yourself. Place both hands over your heart. Feel its rhythm. Feel its courage. Say, even in my pain, I am whole. Even in my struggle, I am worthy. I hold myself with kindness. I am the beginning of compassion. There is a Zen story of a student who asks, "Master, how do I develop compassion?" The teacher replies, "Start by listening to your own pain without running. Start by letting your tears fall without shame. When you stop punishing your own wounds, you will know how to love others in theirs. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be real, and real hearts hurt. Real hearts heal. Real hearts hold the suffering of others with grace." Let us close this practice by bowing inward, not in submission, but in reverence, to your heart, to your effort, to your breath. Say one final time, I am compassion. I am peace. I am love in the face of pain. I rest in tenderness now. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Let the sound carry you to sleep. Let it hold what is heavy. Let it remind you, you are not alone. You are the presence that sees. You are the breath that holds. You are the compassion that heals. Rest now, in softness, in light, in love. 10. The still point, cultivating inner silence in a noisy world. In the modern world, silence is rare. Our days are filled with alerts, updates, conversations, and distractions. Even in the quietest rooms, the noise of the mind persists, thinking, planning, worrying, remembering. The search for peace often begins with an external quiet, but true stillness goes deeper. It is an inner, quieter resting place beneath the waves of thought, where we meet ourselves as we are. Buddhist teachings remind us that beneath the mind's chatter is a deeper awareness, calm, clear, spacious. This is the still point. It cannot be forced. It must be remembered. And we remember it by turning inward again and again, with patience and breath. There is a story in Zen Buddhism about a monk who asked his master, "How can I attain enlightenment?" The master replied, "Have you heard the sound of the mountain stream?" The monk said, "Yes." The master smiled. That's it. Enlightenment was not something to be gained, but a stillness that could be heard when all striving stopped. The sound of the stream, the moment when nothing more is needed. The mind is like a pond. When stirred, it becomes murky, but when allowed to settle, it reflects the sky. Inner stillness is not the absence of thought, but the presence of awareness. It is the place from which thoughts are observed without becoming entangled in them. And in that space, even if the world is loud, the heart remains quiet. Let's begin by turning inward. Find a comfortable position. Sit or lie down. Let the body feel supported. Gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. Again, inhale gently, exhale completely. Now bring your awareness to the breath, not by controlling it, but by noticing it. The breath enters, the breath leaves. It is the most natural rhythm, the one that has carried you since birth, and within it there is peace. Notice where you feel the breath most clearly. Is it at the tip of the nose, in the chest, in the belly? Gently place your attention there. Let it rest like a leaf on water. Say silently, I am here. This breath is enough. And in this moment, nothing is missing. Let the words fade and just listen. Listen to the silence between thoughts. Even if the mind is busy, listen for the gaps. They are always there. Tiny pauses, spacious moments, a stillness that waits beneath everything. Now imagine you are sitting by a lake at dawn. The surface is smooth like glass. The air is cool and calm. You can hear birds waking in the distance. The first light of day touches the horizon. This is the atmosphere of your mind when you are present. Still, receptive, awake. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra return, gently now. Let it move through you like ripples on a quiet pond. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. This is not a chant to awaken excitement. It is a chant to settle into silence. As thoughts arise, and they will, do not resist them. Do not chase them. Simply acknowledge them. Say softly, thinking, and return to the breath. Just as a mother gently guides her child back to bed, guide your attention back home. Sometimes the silence will feel nourishing. Other times it may feel empty or uncertain. Do not judge it. All silence is welcome. All stillness is healing. Even silence that feels unfamiliar is of the path. There is a practice in Buddhism known as noble silence. It is not merely the absence of speech. It is the presence of deep listening. When we stop speaking, when we stop filling every space, we begin to hear life in a new way. The rustle of leaves, the rhythm of breath, the subtle wisdom rising from within. Say now, I welcome silence. I trust stillness. In quiet, I remember who I am. Breathe gently. Imagine each breath drawing you deeper into a spacious cave within your heart. It is wide, it is warm, it is safe. This cave is your inner refuge. No noise can reach here, no disturbance can enter. Only peace, only awareness. Sit here now. Be the one who witnesses, the one who breathes, the one who listens, not to words, but to being. If emotion arises, loneliness, fear, boredom, do not push it away. Instead, greet it like a guest. Say, you too are welcome in this silence. Every of you belongs, even the restless mind, even the aching heart. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the chant return again. Let it echo softly in the cave of the heart. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let's go deeper now. Bring to mind a moment in your life when you felt at peace. It could be walking alone in nature, sitting with someone you love, or lying in bed as rain fell gently on the roof. Feel that memory not just in your mind, but in your body. Where do you feel the peace? In the chest, the belly, the shoulders? Let it spread. Now say, that peace lives within me. It is not gone. It is not lost. Oh, it is here, waiting in silence. Silence is not the absence of life. It is the womb of it. From silence, everything arises. From silence, wisdom speaks. From silence, healing flows. There's a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh: silence is essential. We need silence just as much as we need air, just as much as plants need light. If our minds are crowded with words and thoughts, there is no space for us. Let your mind become spacious now, not empty, spacious, like a sky that holds the passing clouds. Breathe. Inhale, space. Exhale, tension. Inhale, awareness. Exhale, resistance. Stay here, with your breath, with yourself, with the silence. You are not lost in the noise. You are not the storm. You are the sky beneath it. You are the still point. Say now, I carry silence within me. I return to it in times of chaos. I trust it to hold what words cannot. And when the world grows loud again, as it will when phones ring, and demands pull, and thoughts race, you will remember that silence is never gone. It is not outside you. It is not something to find. It is who you are when you stop pretending. Let the mantra close this practice. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. You are here. You are whole. You are still. And in that stillness, peace is not far away. It is home. 11. The power of gratitude in everyday life. Gratitude is one of the most transformative energies we can cultivate. It does not require everything to be perfect. It simply asks us to notice the blessings already present, even in difficulty. In Buddhism, gratitude is closely linked to mindfulness. It is not an abstract concept. It is a practice of waking up to what is here, now, and good. When we train the mind to see what is beautiful, what is supportive, what is nurturing, we begin to relate to life differently. We soften, we open, we become less reactive and more receptive. Gratitude becomes a way of healing, not by denying what hurts, but by choosing to hold it alongside what helps. There's a story in Buddhist lore of a humble farmer who lived in a small village. One day, his horse ran away. The neighbors cried, "Such bad luck." But the farmer only said, "Maybe." A few days later, the horse returned with 3 wild horses. "Such good fortune," the neighbors exclaimed. Again, the farmer said, "Maybe." Soon after, his son broke his leg trying to ride one of the wild horses. "How terrible," the villagers said. The farmer replied, "Maybe." Later, soldiers came through the village, conscripting all able-bodied young men for war. The farmer's son, with his broken leg, was left behind. The villagers declared, "What a blessing." And the farmer still said, "Maybe." The wisdom here is clear. Life's events cannot be neatly sorted into good or bad. Everything changes. What we label as misfortune may later reveal itself as grace, and what we cling to in joy may soon transform. Gratitude helps us stand in the middle of life with a heart that bows to it all. It does not wait for perfect clarity. It does not require resolution. It offers thanks anyway. Let us begin the practice now. Find a quiet, safe space. Sit or lie down comfortably. Let the body settle. Allow your eyes to close or soften your gaze. Bring your attention to the breath. Inhale slowly through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. Again, inhale deeply and release. Place one hand over your heart. Feel the warmth of your own presence. Sense the quiet rhythm within you. Without changing anything, just be here. Now, begin to reflect on something in your life that you are grateful for. It may be simple, the breath, a friend, a lesson learned, a sunrise, a moment of kindness. Let it come naturally. Let the image or memory arise. Hold it softly in your mind. Feel it in your body. Notice any warmth, openness, or ease that comes with it. Say silently, "Thank you for this. Thank you for what it has given me." If emotion arises, let it move through you. Gratitude often opens the gates of the heart. Tears may fall. That's okay. You are not weak. You are awake. Now bring to mind someone in your life who has supported you, guided you, or simply been there. Picture their face. Recall their words or actions. Hold them in your awareness. Say, "Thank you for your presence in my life. Thank you for the ways you've helped me grow. May you be blessed in return." Let this blessing travel to them like a soft light, across time and space, across silence. Now shift your awareness. Bring to mind something difficult. You've experienced something that challenged or changed you. You do not need to relive it fully. Just touch it gently with awareness. See if you can find something within that experience, however small, that taught you, strengthened you, or deepened your understanding. Say softly, even in this, I find something to be grateful for. Thank you for the growth this pain brought. Thank you for teaching me what matters. This is not about forcing gratitude or dismissing suffering. It's about expanding your view. It's about honoring both the sorrow and the seed it planted. You are not saying the hurt was good. You are saying that, even in darkness, light was possible. Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra flow now, like a river of grace. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Let each repetition be a thank you. Let it be a bow. Let it be a breath of appreciation for being alive, even now. Now bring your attention to the present moment, to the space around you, to the sensation of the body resting, to the quiet beating of your heart. Notice the comfort of your clothing or blanket, the subtle hum of silence or background sound, the miracle of breath happening on its own, the shelter that surrounds you, the time you have given yourself to rest. All of these are gifts. Say, thank you, body, for carrying me. Thank you, breath, for sustaining me. Luan, thank you, life, for allowing me to begin again. Gratitude is not a one-time practice. It is a path, a lens, a way of seeing. When we train ourselves to look through it, we begin to see things others miss. The morning light through a window becomes a poem. The smile of a stranger becomes a prayer. The meal before you becomes a sacred offering. Even your own resilience becomes something to bow to. There's another story, this one from a Tibetan monk. He was imprisoned and tortured for years. When he was finally released and met the Dalai Lama, he was asked, "What was the greatest danger you faced?" The monk replied, "That I would lose compassion for my captors." And he hadn't. He had practiced gratitude for being alive, for the teachings he remembered, for the chance, even in a cell, to meditate. Gratitude does not depend on ease. It depends on awareness. Let us deepen the practice. Place your hands together at your heart in a gesture of respect. Inhale slowly and exhale softly. Now say, thank you for this breath. Thank you for this chance to begin again. Thank you for the mystery of being alive. Let your heart speak freely now. Speak your own thank. Use silently or aloud. Let them flow one by one. Let them rise from your memory, from your day, from your hopes. Thank you for my home. Thank you for this body, even with its aches. Oh, thank you for the people who care for me. Thank you for the strength I didn't know I had. Each thank you is a step into healing. Each one is a thread in the fabric of joy. Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra return now not as a chant of longing, but as a chant of thanks. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Now rest. Feel the spaciousness in your chest. Feel the softness in your shoulders. Feel the presence of your breath, like a friend who never left. Say this closing affirmation. I am grateful for all that has brought me here. I meet this moment with a thankful heart, and in gratitude, I find peace. You do not need more to be thankful. You only need to notice. You only need to bow. You only need to say, thank you, and mean it. Gratitude transforms what we have into enough. It turns a simple life into a sacred one. It opens the eyes, the heart, and the soul. Tonight, let it open your sleep. Let every breath be a quiet blessing. Let your dreams be filled with light. Let your heart rest in appreciation. Let gratitude be your pillow. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Thank you. 12. letting go of control, trusting the flow of life. So much of our suffering arises from the desire to control. We want to shape the future, fix the past, manage every detail. But life, like a river, cannot be gripped. The more tightly we try to hold it, the more it slips through our fingers. Control gives us the illusion of safety, but it often leaves us anxious, tense, and disconnected from the present. In Buddhist practice, letting go is not giving up. It is trusting. It is softening. It is stepping back enough to allow life to unfold. We learn to release not because we are powerless, but because we recognize where power begins and ends. There are things we can influence and many we cannot. Wisdom is knowing the difference. Peace is living it. There is an old Zen parable of a man who was being chased by a tiger. In his escape, he came to the edge of a cliff and jumped over the side, grabbing a vine to stop his fall. As he hung there, he looked down and saw another tiger waiting below. Just then, a mouse appeared and began nibbling at the vine. He was trapped, but then he noticed a strawberry growing nearby. He reached out with one hand and plucked it. It was sweet. This story isn't about denial, it's about presence. The tigers are real, the danger is real, but so is the strawberry. Even when life is uncertain, even when we are suspended in fear, something beautiful still grows beside us. Letting go doesn't mean the tigers disappear. It means we stop missing the strawberry. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Now sit or lie down comfortably. Let your body rest fully on the ground. Close your eyes if you wish. Place your hands gently on your belly and feel the rise and fall with each breath. Inhale, exhale, say silently, I am here now. I release the need to control. I trust this moment. Feel what happens in your body when you say those words. Do your shoulders soften? Does your breath deepen? Often, the body knows how to let go before the mind agrees. Let the body lead. Bring your awareness now to an area in your life where you've been trying hard to control. It may be a relationship, a situation at work, your health, the outcome of something uncertain. Notice how much mental energy goes into trying to manage, fix, or predict it. Ask gently, what am I afraid would happen if I let go? Let the answer come without judgment. Maybe you fear chaos. Maybe you fear failure. Maybe you fear being hurt again. Let it be known. Then ask, has all this effort brought me peace? If the answer is no, then perhaps it's time to loosen the grip. Not all at once, just a little. Imagine your hands tightly clenched. Visualize opening them. Feel the release, the space, the freedom in that gesture. Now say, I soften around this. I allow life to unfold. I am held by something greater. There's a concept in Buddhism called Wu Wei. In Chinese or Virya, in Pali it means non-forcing or effort without struggle. Like a tree growing toward the light. Like a river finding its course. Nature doesn't control. It flows. Let's reflect now on the breath. You do not force each inhale. You do not command each exhale. And yet it happens. Life supports you, even when you are not in control. This is the gift of surrender, not collapse, but trust. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra begin to move through you. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Now bring to mind a boat floating down a river. You are in the boat. For a long time, you've been paddling hard, trying to go faster, trying to reach a specific bend, trying to steer through unknown waters. But your arms are tired, and the river flows with or without your pushing. So now, you set the paddle down, you lie back, you trust the current, you let the river take you. This is not laziness, this is wisdom, the wisdom of knowing when to act and when to rest. Say now, I do what I can, and I release what I can't. I surrender what is beyond me. Into what I trust the flow of life. Feel these words settle in your chest like warm water. Let them dissolve the tension you've been carrying. Now bring to mind a time in your past when things didn't go as planned, but turned out better than you imagined. Maybe you were forced to let go. Maybe a door closed. Maybe someone left. And at the time, it felt like loss. But later, you saw the blessing. Let yourself remember that. Say, even when I cannot see it, life is unfolding in my favor. Even closed doors lead me to where I need to be. I trust the mystery. We are not meant to understand everything. Not now, maybe not ever, but we are meant to stay open, to listen, to trust that what is for us will not pass us by. Now place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Breathe. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra deepen. Now think of someone you love. Perhaps they too are struggling. Perhaps they are trying to control something in their life. Imagine sending them a prayer. May you find peace. May you release your fear. May you float instead of fight. Then turn that same blessing inward. May I find peace. May I release my fear. May I float instead of fight. Let go of the timelines. Let go of the pressure. Let go of needing to know. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are not late. You are exactly where the current has brought you. Now say, I am no longer fighting the flow. I relax into trust. I let go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Imagine all your worries as pebbles in your hands. One by one, you drop them into the river. Watch the ripples. Watch them sink. You do not need to carry them anymore. Let go of needing things to make sense. Let go of needing to be perfect. Let go of needing to be certain. Let go of the plan, and in the space that opens, let peace enter. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra become the sound of the river beneath you. Let the river carry you to rest. Let the river carry you home. 13. Healing the inner child with loving awareness. Inside each of us lives a younger self, the child, who once felt joy, wonder, fear, and pain. Often, the wounds we carry as adults are echoes of unmet needs, unspoken fears, or unseen hurts from those early years. In Buddhist practice, healing begins with awareness and love. We do not shame our woundedness. We hold them like a mother holds her crying child with warmth, patience, and tenderness. The inner child is not something to fix. It is someone to listen to embrace, to bring home. When we slow down and listen to the echoes of our childhood, the things we feared, the things we wished to hear, the moments we felt invisible, we do not regress. We reconnect. We return to the source. And in that reconnection, there is immense healing. There is a story of a monk who spent years in meditation, seeking enlightenment in solitude. One day, while sitting quietly in a forest, he heard the cry of a child. He opened his eyes and looked around, but no child was there. He closed his eyes again, and the crying returned. It came not from the forest, but from within. It was the voice of his own inner child, lonely, afraid, waiting. He understood then that his spiritual path wasn't to escape his pain, but to embrace it fully. From that day, his practice changed. He began to sit not alone, but with the younger version of himself in his mind's eye. And each time he returned to the cushion, he whispered inwardly, I see you. I'm here now. This is the beginning of inner healing. Let us begin. Find a quiet, comfortable space. Sit or lie down. Let your body settle. Let your breath soften. Close your eyes gently. Take a long, deep breath in and a slow breath out. Again, inhale deeply and exhale completely. Place one hand on your heart. Feel the rhythm. Feel the warmth. This is the home you are creating. Now, in your mind's eye, begin to imagine your younger self. Perhaps you are 5, 7, 10 years old. Let the image come gently. See the face, the eyes, the posture. Perhaps they are standing in the corner of a room, or sitting on the floor, or hiding behind a door. Perhaps they are smiling, or crying, or just waiting. Approach them slowly, with care. You are not here to demand. You are here to listen. Kneel down beside them. Say silently, I see you. I remember how it felt. You are safe with me. You don't have to be alone anymore. Let the child respond. Let them speak. You may hear words. You may feel emotions. You may sense silence. That's okay. Whatever arises, stay. Say, you don't have to be strong for anyone. You don't have to hide anymore. End 1. You are allowed to feel. I am not leaving. Now gently reach for their hand. Hold it. Let them feel your presence. This is not imagination. This is reunion. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra begin. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Now bring to mind a memory, something small, perhaps forgotten, a moment, where your inner child felt scared, unloved, or unseen. Not to relive it, but to offer what was missing. Maybe it was the sound of an argument behind a door. Maybe it was the feeling of not being chosen. Maybe it was falling and no one noticing. Whatever it is, sit beside that child in that moment and say, that should not have happened to you. You didn't deserve that. I'm so sorry you had to go through it alone, but I am here now. Let the tears come if they need to. Let the breath tremble if it must. This is sacred space. This is healing. You are not weak for feeling pain. You are courageous for returning to love. Now begin to offer the words that your younger self longed to hear. You are enough. You are precious. You are lovable, just as you are. You never had to earn love. You never had to be perfect. You are my child now, and I choose you every day. Let those words repeat as a soft lullaby, as a balm, as a warm blanket for the soul. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Now gently take your inner child in your arms. Hold them. Let their head rest on your shoulder. Feel the weight of their trust. This is not a memory. This is a moment. Feel yourself breathing for 2. Now imagine a spacer sanctuary. A room, a garden, a temple, whatever feels safe and beautiful. Create it with your imagination. Fill it with light, warmth, softness. This is the place where your inner child can live. Not alone, but with you. Place them gently in that space. Say, you are welcome here. I will come back to you. You are safe and you are home. You can return to this sanctuary anytime. It lives inside you. Now place both hands on your heart again. Breathe. Say, I am both the child and the caregiver. I am both the one who hurt and the one who heals. I am whole. I am enough. I am healing. Let these affirmations repeat as you inhale and exhale. Let us reflect together now. The wounds of childhood are not signs of weakness. They are places where we longed to be met, to be seen, to be loved. And now, as adults, we have the power to give what we didn't receive, not from force, but from tenderness. You don't have to know how to fix everything. You only have to be present. You only have to say, I'm here now. Let's return to the breath. Inhale, I see you. Exhale, I love you. Inhale, I am here. Exhale, you are safe. Now bring to mind a moment of joy from childhood. A moment when you felt light, free, happy, perhaps running through grass, laughing under the sun, dancing alone in a room. Hear the sound, feel the lightness. Let your inner child guide you there. Say, that joy still lives in me. That wonder still belongs to me. I give myself permission to feel it again. Smile if you can, even a small smile. It's enough. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let the mantra wash through both of you. Let it fill the sanctuary. Let it echo in the heart. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Rest now. You have done deep work. You have held sacred space. You have remembered what the world tried to make you forget. That your softness is not a flaw. That your feelings are not too much. That your inner child is not a burden. That your healing matters. Let the body rest. Let the heart breathe. Say finally, I am whole. I am healing. I am loved. Sleep in this knowing, and let your inner child sleep too. 14. The practice of loving kindness toward all beings. In the heart of Buddhist compassion lies a simple yet powerful practice. Loving kindness, or metta. Loving kindness is not just a fleeting feeling, it is the art of training the heart to love freely, unconditionally, and universally. In metta practice, we are not seeking to change others, nor to receive anything in return. Instead, we offer love as a blessing, as a gentle intention, as a quiet wish whispered into the fabric of life. May you be happy, may you be safe, may you live with ease. This wish is not reserved for those we already love. It includes strangers. It includes those who have hurt us. It even includes ourselves, especially ourselves. Through this radical inclusion, loving kindness undoes the illusion of separation that so often leads to fear, loneliness, and suffering. A story from the heart. Once, a young monk asked his teacher, "Master, how can I love all beings when I don't even like everyone?" The teacher smiled and poured tea into 2 cups owned for himself, one for the student. Then he added a spoonful of honey to each cup. "The honey does not ask who you are before it sweetens your tea," he said. "It just gives its nature." In loving kindness, we become like the honey offering sweetness without selection. Let us begin our practice of metta together, one breath at a time. Beginning with ourselves, find a quiet and comfortable place. You may sit with your spine tall or lie down fully supported. Let your body settle gently into the earth. Let go of the tension you've been carrying all day. Close your eyes if you like, or soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Again, inhale gently and exhale fully. Now bring your attention to your heart, not just the physical space, but the energetic center, the place within that longs to be seen, held, and loved. Begin by silently repeating these phrases. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. As you say these words, don't force a feeling. Instead, offer them like water to a seed. If your heart feels dry or numb, that's okay. Just continue. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. If resistance or discomfort arises, do I really deserve this? Acknowledge it gently. Let it pass like a cloud. You are not selfish for offering yourself love. You are reclaiming what has always been yours, extending to a loved one. Now, bring to mind someone you love deeply and easily. This might be a close friend, a parent, a child, or a beloved pet. Picture them clearly, see their face, remember their smile, feel the warmth of their presence. To this person, send your loving kindness. May you be happy, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you live with ease. Imagine this love flowing from your heart like golden light. Feel it embrace them. There is no need to control the image, only the intention matters. Let your breath carry this blessing to them. May you be happy, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you live with ease. Offering love to a neutral person. Next, call to mind someone you don't know well, perhaps the barista at your local cafe, a mail carrier, or someone you pass on the street. You may not know their name or their story, but you know they live, they feel, they hope, Visualize them gently. Even if the image is vague, keep the intention clear. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. This practice reminds us, everyone matters. Everyone longs to be held in care, even those we overlook. Extending to someone you find difficult. Now bring to mind someone you find challenging, someone with whom you've had conflict or tension. It could be someone from your past or present. This step is not easy, but remember, you are not condoning their actions. You are choosing not to harden your own heart. Visualize them at a distance if it helps. Say, may you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. If you cannot feel sincerity yet, that's okay. The practice itself begins to dissolve resistance. Even the willingness to try is enough. Keep breathing gently. Keep repeating the phrases, embracing all beings. Now allow your awareness to widen. Picture your neighborhood, your city, your country, the entire planet. Picture people of all cultures, colors, and beliefs. Picture animals in forests, fish in the sea, birds in the sky. Picture those who are suffering, those who are celebrating, those who are asleep, those who are waking. To all beings everywhere say, may all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings live with ease. Breathe into this expansive love. Let your heart become boundless. The mantra of loving kindness. Now, begin to softly repeat the sacred mantra of compassion. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Each syllable resonates with loving kindness and the wish for liberation for all. Let it echo within your chest. Let it rise and fall with your breath. Let it carry your blessings across space and time. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Anchoring the practice. Bring your attention back to your body. Feel the support beneath you. Feel the breath in your lungs. Feel the quiet rhythm of your heart. Say silently, my heart is open. My love is unconditional. I offer kindness without fear. I am a source of peace. Reflect for a moment. How does it feel to offer love without demand? To widen the circle of care beyond what is convenient? This is the essence of Metanot, the love that clings, but the love that frees. Living loving kindness. Take this practice with you into daily life. When someone cuts you off in traffic, may you be safe. When a friend is struggling, may you be held. When you feel angry at yourself, may I find ease. Let metta be your response. Let it become a habit of the heart. Closing reflection. The Buddha said, just as a mother would protect her only child at the risk of her own life, even so, cultivate a boundless heart toward all beings. Loving kindness is not weakness. It is strength. It is not sentimentality. It is courage. It is not a retreat from reality, but the deepest engagement with it. As you prepare for sleep tonight, let this loving kindness cradle your heart. Let it soften the day's edges. Let it carry you gently into dreams. Whisper silently, may I rest in peace. May all beings rest in peace. And one last time, let the mantra flow. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Sleep as an offering of love. Dream as an act of compassion. You are love. You are light. You are the peace you wish for others. 15. The illusion of separation and the truth of interbeing. Modern life trains us to see ourselves as isolated entities, separate from others, from nature, and even from the deepest of ourselves. We say I and you, this and that, as if everything had clear edges. We build walls to keep out discomfort, to protect ourselves from pain, and in doing so, we often close the doors to love, belonging, and peace. But in Buddhism, there is a gentle and liberating truth. The separation we feel is an illusion. Beneath the surface of difference lies a shared being, a sacred web of life that we are all of. This truth is captured in a word coined by Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh, interbeing. To interbe means to recognize that nothing exists independently. The paper you are reading exists because of trees, the sun, the rain, the logger, the printer, the delivery person. You exist because of your parents, your ancestors, the air you breathe, the food you eat. There is no you without the universe. There is no self standing from other. There is only flow, connection, and constant change. The Buddha taught this truth 2,500 years ago through the concept of dependent origination. When this is, that is. When this is not, that is not. Everything arises in dependence upon conditions. Nothing has a separate, fixed identity. When we see this clearly, fear softens. We are no longer a lonely leaf falling in the wind. We are of the tree, the root, the forest, the earth. Let us begin our journey into this truth not with theory, but with presence. A story to open the heart. There is a story told in the Zen tradition of a monk who went to live alone in the mountain. He wished to find peace in solitude. For years, he meditated beneath the trees, walked along quiet streams, and contemplated emptiness. One day, as he sat beneath a cherry tree, he noticed a fox caught in a trap. The monk approached slowly and freed it, but the fox could no longer walk. So each day, the monk carried food to the fox, cleaned its wounds, and sat silently by its side. One night, as he slept, the monk dreamed of the Buddha. In the dream, the Buddha said, "You came here to leave the world, but now, through this fox, the world has returned to you. Enlightenment is not isolation. It is love without boundary." The monk woke up with tears. He understood then. Peace is not found in separation, but in connection. Meditation, dissolving the illusion. Find a comfortable place. Sit or lie down. Let your body rest. Let your breath become gentle and natural. Close your eyes and imagine yourself as a drop of water, floating, alone. Now, this drop begins to fall into a wide, shimmering ocean. As it touches the surface, it merges completely. There is no more boundary. You are the ocean. Every wave is you. Every drop within every wave is you. Breathe deeply into this experience. Inhale, I belong to everything. Exhale, everything belongs to me. Now bring to mind someone you love. See them clearly. Feel the bond between you. Know that their breath is made from the same air. Their life is shaped by the same earth. Now bring to mind someone you barely know, a stranger, perhaps a person who delivers your mail or someone you passed in the street. Their joys, their struggles, their longings, they are not different from yours. Now bring to mind someone you find difficult. Feel the tension, and then imagine the child they once were. Imagine their fears, their unmet needs, their humanity. Say silently, we suffer together, we heal together, we are not separate. Visualize all these people, loved ones, strangers, enemies sitting together in a vast circle. Now imagine yourself in that circle too, all hearts beating, all lungs breathing, all minds searching for peace. Now say, may we all remember our belonging. May we all soften our defenses. May we all be free from the illusion of separation. Let the following mantra rise like a song. Om Mani, Padme Hum. Om Mani, Padme Hum. Om Mani, Padme Hum. This mantra is not just for you, it is for all. Each sound a bridge, each breath a reunion. Reflection, how the illusion begins. When we are children, we learn to say mine and not mine. We draw lines between friend and foe, safety and threat. These boundaries help us navigate the world, but as we grow, they can become cages. We learn to define ourselves by what we own, what we look like, what others think. We build identities like houses, with walls and locks. And we forget that before any of that, we were simply presence alive, open, connected. The ego says, I am me, and you are not me. The awakened heart says, you are in me, and I am in you. This is not poetry. It is physics. It is biology. It is the truth behind the appearance of separation. Thich Nhat Hanh once wrote, if you are a poet, you will see clearly that there is a cloud floating in this sheet of paper. Without a cloud, there will be no rain. Without rain, the trees cannot grow. And without trees, we cannot make paper. This is interbeing. Practice daily ways to remember connection. 1. Mindful eating. Before each meal, pause. Look at your food. Reflect. This grain of rice is the sun, the farmer, the soil, the rain. As you chew, you are returning to the earth and the cosmos. 2. Listening deeply. When someone speaks to you, listen not only with your ears, but with your heart. Ask, what are they feeling beneath their words? What pain might they carry? What joy? 3. Walking meditation. As your feet touch the earth, repeat, I am walking on my ancestors. I am walking with my descendants. I am walking with all beings. 4. Acts of kindness. Smile at a stranger. Send a kind message. Help someone without being asked. These small gestures tear holes in the veil of separation. Affirmations to anchor into being. Repeat these affirmations slowly, with feeling. I am not alone. I am of something vast and sacred. My suffering is not separate from yours. My joy is your joy too. I do not need to isolate to be free. I am the sky. I am the sea. I am the silent thread between all things. Let the affirmations settle like seeds in your heart. Water them daily with attention and breath. Returning to the circle, close your eyes again. Visualize once more the circle of beings. Some smiling, some crying, some silent, some young, some old, humans and animals, trees and rivers. You are all holding hands. There are no outsiders. There is no enemy. There is no other. Now let go of all names, all faces, all concepts, and rest in presence. Feel your breath. Feel the breath of the world. Feel the stillness beneath all change. Inhale. I am here. Exhale. We are one. Repeat the mantra once more. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Sleep tonight, not as a separate self, but as a ripple in the infinite ocean of life. 16. Finding strength in surrender. In the culture of striving, we're often taught that strength means taking control of our future, our image, our outcomes. We're told to take charge, fight through, never give up. But when the world becomes overwhelming and our grip tightens, what if the path to true strength isn't to hold on harder but to let go? In the Buddhist path, surrender is not weakness. It is profound wisdom. It is the silent understanding that everything changes, and not all things can or should be controlled. Surrender in this sense is not collapse. It is not apathy. It is not defeat. It is a deep inner bow to the flow of life. It is when we stop fighting the current and allow ourselves to float. We don't surrender because we've lost hope. We surrender because we found a deeper trust. Let us begin this exploration not with the mind's definitions, but with the heart's permission to soften. A parable, the warrior and the river. There once lived a fierce warrior who traveled far in search of a great teacher to help him attain enlightenment. He trained with fire, fasted with discipline, and practiced meditation with the intensity of a storm. Still, peace eluded him. His mind was restless, his body tense. One day, frustrated and exhausted, he sat by a wide, flowing river. He watched as leaves floated gently across the surface. fish glided smoothly beneath. The current moved effortlessly. It made no demands. It did not fight itself. He cried out, "I have tried everything. Why am I still suffering?" An old boatman overheard him. Smiling softly, he said, "Your trouble is that you are like the rock, still, proud, and unyielding. You think enlightenment is something to capture, but peace, my friend, is the water." The warrior asked, "Then what should I do?" "Stop fighting the river," the old man said. "Lay down your weapons, step in, let it carry you." That day, the warrior wept, not from defeat, but from release. Meditation, letting go into the breath. Find a quiet place, sit or lie down. Allow your body to become heavy. Let your breath settle. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly and exhale fully. Now bring to mind something you've been trying to control, a situation, an outcome, a person, even yourself. Notice how it feels in your body to grasp, to cling, to push. With your next breath, say silently, "I allow this moment to be as it is. I release what I cannot hold. I surrender, not out of weakness, but from wisdom." Visualize yourself standing at the edge of a river. In your hands, you carry a heavy bundle, worries, expectations, judgments, fears. Now gently place the bundle in the water. Watch as the current carries it away, not because it is unimportant, but because it no longer serves you to carry it alone. Breathe deeply. Feel the freedom that follows. Say, "I trust the flow. I surrender with strength. I am held." Let the mantra rise now. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Repeat it slowly. Let each repetition soften you further. The wisdom of non-grasping. In Buddhist teachings, upadana refers to clinging, the mental habit of grasping at things, people, emotions, identities. We cling because we fear impermanence. We want something solid to hold on to, but clinging leads to suffering. When we hold too tightly, we close our hands and hearts to what might come next. Surrender is the antidote to grasping. It is the wisdom of the open hand. It is the courage to say, "I don't know what comes next, and that's okay." When we surrender, we make room for life to surprise us, to teach us, to carry us somewhere new. The lotus does not bloom by force. It unfolds naturally when the time is right. Reflection. When have you surrendered? Think back to a time when you tried to force something, a relationship, a plan, an identity. How did it feel in your body? What happened when you finally let go? Now think of a time when surrender brought relief. Perhaps when you allowed yourself to cry after holding back for too long, or when you gave yourself permission to rest, to stop trying so hard, to simply be. That was not giving up. That was wisdom. Trust that the same strength is within you now. The practice of softening. Here are 3 practices to bring surrender into daily life. 1. The exhale. Several times a day, pause and consciously exhale longer than you inhale. With each exhale, whisper in your mind, "I let go." R. The pause. Before reacting to stress or anger, take a breath and say, "This too belongs." Surrender does not mean agreeing, it means welcoming what's already here. 3. The bow. Each evening, bow your head gently before bed. Not to anything inicular, but as a symbol of humility, a gesture that says, "I surrender the day, I trust the night." Affirmations for strength and surrender. Say these slowly, letting each line settle into your body. I do not need to have all the answers. I am not here to control everything. I release what no longer serves me. I surrender to the wisdom of life. In letting go, I become free. In surrender, I find peace. Repeat them often. Write them down. Let them guide you like lanterns on the path. A final visualization. Close your eyes once more. Picture yourself as a leaf on the surface of a calm river. The sun shines gently, the sky is wide. You are not steering, you are being carried. Feel the trust in your body. No tension, no resistance, just movement and presence. The river is life, the leaf is you, and in surrender, you are exactly where you need to be. Say softly, I float with the current. I let life live through me. I am safe in surrender. Let the mantra accompany you now. Om Mani Padme Hum, the jewel in the lotus, the truth inside the softness, the power within peace. Repeat as long as you like. Closing thoughts. The world may tell you that surrender is weakness, but the great sages know only the truly strong can let go. The ones who cling are often afraid. The ones who surrender have discovered a deeper strength, the strength of presence, of peace, of alignment with what is. To surrender is not to stop acting, but to stop fighting what already is. It is to move with life, not against it. Tonight, before you sleep, breathe deeply and say, I did my best today. I let go of the rest. I surrender to peace. Let your sleep be an offering. Let your dreams be gentle. Let your soul be free. You are strong. You are soft. You are sacred. You are not in control of everything, but you are always held. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. 17. Compassionate boundaries. Loving without losing yourself. On the path of compassion, many hearts grow tired not because they do not love enough, but because they do not know how to love without losing themselves. We confuse kindness with compliance. We equate giving with sacrificing. We believe that to be spiritual, we must always say yes, always stay open, always absorb. But the truth is, without boundaries, compassion withers. Like a river without banks, love without form can overflow and drown the very ground it means to nourish. In Buddhism, balance is everything the middle way. The middle way reminds us that compassion is not about abandoning ourselves for the sake of others, nor about abandoning others for the sake of ourselves. It is about walking the line between offering and honoring, giving and grounding, openness and self-protection. A boundary is not a wall. It is a bridge that says, this is where I end and where you begin. I see you, I care, but I am here too. Let us explore this wisdom together. A story, the lantern and the flame. There was once a gentle healer who carried a single lantern through her village each night. She would visit the sick, the weary, the lonely. One by one, she would share the light, lighting candles and warming hearts. But she never allowed the wind to blow too strongly, nor others to take the lantern from her hands. She protected the flame because she knew if her lantern went out, there would be no light left to give. One evening, a man demanded she give him the entire flame. "Don't be selfish," he shouted. "If you care, you'll let me take it." She smiled softly and replied, "I care deeply, which is why I must tend the source." Oh, compassionate boundaries are how we protect the light within us, so we can keep offering it wisely. Reflection. What is a boundary? A boundary is not a punishment. It is an act of clarity. It tells the world, here is what I can offer, and here is what I cannot. It is a commitment to loving both the other and the self. When we say yes to everything, we are not kind, we are often afraid. Afraid to be rejected, unloved, or judged. But when we say no from the heart, we say yes to truth. Ask yourself, when was the last time I said yes out of guilt? When did I abandon my own needs to please someone else? When did I feel resentment instead of generosity? These moments are not signs of failure. They are invitations to return to balance. Guided meditation, creating sacred space. Find a quiet place to sit or lie down. Let your body soften. Let your breath slow. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself surrounded by a gentle golden circle of light. This is your sacred space. This is your energetic boundary. Now picture someone you care about deeply. See them standing outside the circle, not far, but clearly defined. Repeat silently, I care for you. I want your happiness, but I must honor my limits. Now visualize someone who often tests your boundaries, perhaps unintentionally. Let them stand just beyond your circle. Say silently, I see your needs, but I will not abandon myself to meet them. I can love you without losing me. Now return to yourself. Feel the warmth of the golden light. This is not a wall. It is your root, your home, your place to rest. Breathe in. I am safe. Breathe out. I am clear. Let the mantra rise gently. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let it ripple like protection and compassion woven together. Wisdom from the Buddha, the middle way. The Buddha never asked his followers to become martyrs of kindness. He taught discernment, wise speech, and right effort, pillars of the Eightfold Path. To speak with clarity is not unkind. To rest when tired is not selfish. To walk away from harm is not cruel. The Buddha himself withdrew when needed. He spent nights in solitude. He declined invitations that did not align with the path. So too must we learn to pause, to listen inward, and to act not from guilt, but from grounded care. Common myths about boundaries. 1. If I say no, I'll hurt them. Truth. A loving no invites maturity. It teaches trust and mutual respect. R. Real compassion means always being available. Truth. Compassion without sustainability becomes resentment. 3. If I set a boundary, they'll think I don't love them. Truth. Boundaries allow love to be honest, not performative. Affirmations for compassionate boundaries. Repeat these slowly, feeling them settle into your heart. I can be kind and clear. I can love without rescuing. I can care without collapsing. I am not responsible for everyone's feelings. My needs matter. Saying no is saying yes to peace. Boundaries protect the sacred. Write one of these down each day. Carry it like a compass. Real life practices. Here are gentle ways to practice compassionate boundaries in daily life. 1. The gentle no. Practice saying, I appreciate the invitation, but I need to rest tonight. Or, I care, but I'm not available to help right now. Let your tone be soft and true. 2. Body check-in. Before agreeing to anything, pause. Ask your body, do I feel expanded or contracted? Let your body speak. 3. The sacred pause. When emotions rise, give yourself space. Say, let me reflect before I respond. Boundaries often arise in the pause. 4. The loving exit. In draining conversations, say kindly, I hear you. I'm going to take a break now, and we can revisit this later. Visualization. Building your temple. Close your eyes once more. Visualize yourself inside a beautiful temple. This is your soul's home. Its walls are made of honesty. Its door opens only with consent. Its windows let in light, but not noise. Now imagine someone knocking. Before opening, ask yourself, do I have the energy? Do I feel safe? Is this aligned with my truth? Only when your answer is yes, do you open. And when you say no, the temple remains sacred. Breathe in. My boundaries are sacred. Breathe out. My love is strong. Repeat the mantra softly. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Closing reflection. The true gift of boundaries. Boundaries are not barriers to love. They are the container in which love can thrive. Without them, love spills, leaks, or evaporates. But within the sacred lines we draw, love becomes sustainable. Compassion does not mean self-erasure. It means mutual recognition. I see you, and I see me. As you move through your life, carry this knowing like a lantern. I can open my heart wide without losing myself inside it. Let tonight be a prayer of protection and presence. Whisper softly, I honor my truth. I respect my space. I love with balance. I rest in clarity. Let the mantra guide you into rest. Om Mani Padme Hum. May the jewel of compassion blossom within the lotus of strength. 18. Befriending the present moment. Mindfulness as refuge. In the breathless rush of modern life, we are rarely present. The mind pulls us in many directions, reliving moments we cannot change, forecasting futures we cannot predict. We dwell on old wounds or chase distant promises, while the present quietly waits, overlooked. But mindfulness, in its truest form, is not a performance or a pose. It is not about perfect posture or flawless concentration. It is a quiet, returning, a gentle homecoming to the moment we are in, a sacred pause in which we remember, I am here, I am alive. This moment is enough. Mindfulness does not ask us to change our lives, but to truly live them. It is a compassionate awareness of what is happening inside and around us, without judgment. It is the path back to our own breath, our own body, our own heart. A story, The Monk and the Cup of Tea. There once was a young monk who asked his master, what is the most important of the spiritual path? The master said nothing. Instead, he poured a cup of tea, slowly, mindfully, without spilling a single drop. He set the cup before the monk and said gently, this. Confused, the student asked, tea? The master replied, number presence, the full attention, the reverence, the peace, in tea, in walking, in washing your bulb here. Because life is not waiting in the next moment. It is here, now, in this one. From that day forward, the monk practiced mindfulness not just in meditation, but in every act, chopping vegetables, folding robes, watering flowers. In the smallest things, he found the deepest truths. Guided meditation, anchoring in the now. Find a quiet space. Sit or lie down with ease. Gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. Let your breath find its rhythm, no need to control it. Now bring attention to the in-breath. Feel it enter your nose, fill your lungs, expand your belly. Pause. Now exhale slowly. Feel your body soften. Say silently, I am breathing in. I know that I am breathing in. I am breathing out. I know that I am breathing out. With each breath, you anchor in the present. Thoughts may arise. Let them pass like clouds in a vast sky. You don't have to follow them. Just return to the breath. Notice sensations in the body. Are there places of tension, tingling, warmth? Don't fix anything. Just observe. Say, this is my body. This is this moment. This is enough. If your mind wanders, gently return. No punishment, no shame, just the next breath. The present as refuge. In Buddhist practice, we say the present moment is a refugee, a safe shelter, where we can rest from the storms of craving, fear, regret, and distraction. When we are truly present, the mind settles, the heart opens, the body releases. The present does not demand, it simply is. Thich Nhat Hanh wrote, the present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it. It may be the sunlight on your hand, the sound of birds outside, the warmth of your cup, or the quiet beating of your heart. Peace is not found in distant places. It is found in the willingness to stop and see. Common misunderstandings about mindfulness. 1. I have to stop thinking to be mindful. Not true. Thoughts are of the mind's weather. Mindfulness is watching the sky, not stopping the clouds. 2. I must always feel calm when I'm mindful. Number. Mindfulness is not about forcing. Calm it is about noticing what is, even if it's messy, loud, or painful. 3. Mindfulness is only for meditation. Actually, the real practice is in daily life walking, eating, listening, waiting. Mindfulness is not what we do on the cushion. It's how we live between the cushions. Practices to bring mindfulness into daily life. 1. Mindful walking. As you walk, say silently with each step. Breathing in, I arrive. Breathing out, I am home. Let each step be a kiss on the earth. 2. Mindful eating. Before eating, pause. Look at your food. Smell it. Take a small bite. Chew slowly. Be aware. Say, this food is the earth, the rain, the sun. This food is a miracle. 3. Mindful listening. When someone speaks, listen not just to respond, but to understand. Give your full presence. Even silence becomes sacred. 4. Mindful transitions. When moving from one task to another, pause. Take one breath. Let go of the past. Enter the new moment with clarity. Affirmations to anchor awareness. Repeat these slowly. I am here now. This moment is enough. I release the past. I trust the now. My breath is my anchor. Presence is my refuge. Let these phrases become familiar companions. Visualization. Sitting in the heart of the moment. Close your eyes. Imagine you are sitting beneath a tree. Around you, life moves a breeze. The rustle of leaves, birds calling, sun warming your skin. There is nothing to do, nowhere to be. Only this. You are not chasing or fixing or analyzing. You are simply sitting. Let yourself be. Say softly, this moment holds everything I need. This moment is my teacher. I rest in now. Let the mantra rise. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. The gift of now. Many people spend their lives waiting for love, success, peace, rest. But the present moment offers all of these in small and sacred ways. The now is where healing begins, where joy awakens, where life is actually happening. Buddhism teaches that enlightenment is not in the future. It is found in fully meeting this breath, this step, this sip of tea. Mindfulness is how we remember that. When the present moment is painful, sometimes the moment we are in is not peaceful. It may be filled with grief, anxiety, or discomfort. Even then, mindfulness is a refuge, not because it erases pain, but because it holds it gently. You can say, this is hard, and I am still here. I am breathing. I am surviving. I am loving myself through this. Mindfulness does not avoid suffering. It wraps it in awareness and says, you are not alone. Closing reflection. Coming home. At the end of the day, what we all long for is a sense of home, not a house, but a feeling, a sense of belonging, ease, and enoughness. Mindfulness offers that home in every moment. When we stop running, we realize we never needed to go far. Peace was here, in the breath, in the body, in this quiet now. Let this mantra carry you into rest. Om Mani Padme Hum, the jewel of peace in the lotus of now. You are home, you are whole, you are here. 19. Embracing change, the wisdom of impermanence. Everything changes. The trees outside your window will not look the same in a month. The face you see in the mirror is not the same as it was 10 years ago. The person who made you laugh last year may have drifted away. The pain that consumed your chest yesterday, it has softened, even if only slightly. This is the nature of life, impermanence. In Pali, it is called anicone, of the core insights of the Buddha. Impermanence is not just an observation. It is a profound doorway to freedom. When we stop resisting the truth of change, we stop suffering so deeply. When we begin to see the ebb and flow of all things, we no longer cling to joy, and we no longer fear pain. We begin to trust the rhythm. We begin to live with open hands. A story, The King's Ring. There was once a great king who suffered greatly. When times were good, he became afraid, certain that disaster would follow. When times were bad, he fell into despair, believing joy would never return. Tired of his torment, he summoned the wisest sage in the land and asked for a gift, something that would help him stay steady through life's ups and downs. The sage gave him a simple ring. Inscribed inside were the words, "This too shall pass." When the king was in sorrow, he read the words and was comforted. When he was overjoyed, he read the words and stayed humble. Over time, he found peace not in escaping life, but in riding its waves. Meditation, breathing with impermanence. Find a comfortable seat or lie down. Close your eyes. Let your body soften. Let your breath move naturally. With your next inhale, say silently, "This breath is new." Aye. With your exhale, and now it is gone. Inhale again. Feel it arise. Exhale. Feel it fade. Notice how each breath comes and goes, like moments, like feelings, like season. Now bring to mind something you are holding onto, a memory, a regret, a wish. Picture it in your hands. With each breath, imagine your hands gently opening. You don't have to throw it away. Just stop gripping it. Say, "I allow change. I accept this moment as of the flow. I let life move through me." Let the mantra rise. Om Mani Padme Hum. May the jewel of impermanence reveal its beauty in the lotus of change. The pain of clinging. Suffering arises not because things change, but because we expect them not to. We want the relationship to stay as it was in the beginning. We want our body to remain young and strong. We want success to continue without interruption. We want certainty in an uncertain world. This clinging is like trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through. But when we open our palms, when we let love be love, time be time, life be life, something shifts. We experience grief, yes, but also grace. We begin to realize we never really owned any of it. We were only ever visitors. Reflection. What has changed? Take a moment to reflect. What of your life recently changed? How did you respond to it? Did you resist, deny, or flow? What have you lost that taught you something precious? What has arrived unexpectedly that you're grateful for? Every change contains both a letting go and a becoming. Sometimes we mourn what was, even as something new is being born. This is the beauty and sorrow of impermanence. Every ending carries the seed of a beginning, the river of time. The Buddha once compared life to a river. It flows, always. It cannot be held still. You cannot step into the same water twice. To understand this is not to despair, but to awaken. You begin to savor your morning tea, knowing you may never drink from this same cup again. You listen more deeply to your loved one, knowing no conversation is ever repeated. You watch the moon rise and let it move you, because you may never see it quite this way again. Impermanence teaches us to be present, to be grateful, and to let go. Practical ways to embrace change. 1. Daily gratitude practice. Each night, write down 3 things that changed for the better that day. Train your mind to see transformation as a gift. 2. Letting go ritual. When something is no longer serving you, a habit, an object, a belief light, a candle, breathe deeply and speak the words, "I release this with love." Then, let it go. Sen, photograph, practice. Look at an old photo of yourself or your family. Notice what has changed. Instead of longing for the past, say, that moment was beautiful, and so is this one. Affirmations for navigating change. Repeat these slowly, letting each word sink into your heart. Change is of life. I welcome what comes. I release what must go. I trust the rhythm of life. I am grounded in the flow. Every breath is a beginning. I find peace in the impermanent. Write these down. Repeat them during moments of transition or loss. Visualization. The tree and the seasons. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself as a tree. Your roots reach deep into the earth. Your branches stretch into the sky. Now feel the seasons move through you. Spring brings new leaves. Summer brings blossoms. Autumn brings shedding. Winter brings stillness. You do not resist. You do not rush. You simply allow. Say, I am of nature. I honor the season I'm in. Nothing lasts, and that is okay. Breathe in. I am alive now. Breathe out. And that is enough. Mantra for impermanence. Let this ancient sound accompany your breath. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace in change. Peace in loss. Peace in renewal. Repeat it slowly. Let each syllable soften the fear of the unknown. When loss comes, inevitably, change brings loss of people, plans, hopes. Grief is natural. It is not a problem to fix, but a feeling to hold. In Buddhist tradition, monks contemplate impermanence daily. They do not do this to invite sorrow, but to deepen love. To understand that everything we cherish is also fragile is not despair. It is the beginning of reverence. So when you feel grief, say, this hurts because it mattered. I loved, I cared, I lived, and now I let go. With tenderness, closing reflection, loving the fleeting. At the heart of impermanence is a paradox. The very fact that things change is what makes them beautiful. The cherry blossoms bloom for a few weeks, and because they vanish, they are sacred. The child grows. The song ends. The sun sets. If life were permanent, it would be numb. It is because things pass that we are moved to weep, to dance, to pray, to love. So let us love not in spite of change, but because of it. Let us hold this moment not as a possession, but as a gift. Whisper now, I am passing through this world with open hands. I am grateful for what was. I am curious for what will be. I am peaceful with what is. Let the final mantra guide you into rest. Om Mani Padme Hum. May I bloom through change. May I awaken through loss. May I live fully in the impermanent now. 20. The stillness beyond thought, resting in pure awareness. There is a place within you that is not touched by fear, not stirred by doubt, not clouded by thought. It is the space that watches, waits, and witnesses. This place is not a fantasy, it is real. In Buddhist teachings, it is called pure awareness, the clear sky behind the weather, the still lake beneath the ripples, the silence underneath the song. Most of the time, we live in our minds. We chase thoughts, beliefs, opinions. We identify with stories and conclusions. But thoughts are like clouds. They move, they change, they pass. You are not the cloud, you are the sky. Pure awareness is not something we gain. It is something we remember. It is not effort. It is ease. It is not grasping. It is release. To rest in awareness is to return home. A story. The mirror and the dust. A student once asked his teacher, "How do I become enlightened?" The teacher held up a dusty mirror. "This mirror," he said, "is your mind. Thoughts are the dust. Wipe them away." The student began furiously rubbing the mirror. The teacher stopped him. "You are missing the point," he said. You do not need to scrub. You do not need to panic. Simply let the dust settle. The mirror is already clear. In our effort to awaken, we often stir the mind more. But the deeper path is not about doing it, is about allowing. The clarity we seek is not created. It is revealed when we stop trying to force it. Guided meditation. Resting as the sky. Find a comfortable place. Sit or lie down. Let your eyes close. Let your body be soft. Bring your attention to your breath, not to control it, but to follow it. Inhale, exhale. Now, picture the vast blue sky. In this moment, you are the sky. Thoughts arise like clouds. Let them drift. A memory, a plan, a fear, a hope. Watch each one float by. You do not need to judge or engage. Just witness. Say silently, I am not this thought. I am the awareness of this thought. If emotion rises, let it come and let it go. Even pain is a cloud. Even joy. You remain the open, limitless sky. Rest here, just for now. No fixing, no following, just presence. Let the mantra rise. So hum, I am that awareness, that stillness, that truth. Repeat gently, with each breath. Thought is not the enemy. Many believe that to meditate is to stop thinking, but this is a misunderstanding. Thought is not the enemy. It is the activity of the mind, just as sound is the activity of music, or waves are the activity of the sea. The goal is not to silence the mind by force. The goal is to disidentify, to stop believing every thought is the truth. You are not the voice in your head. You are the space in which the voice appears. You are not the drama. You are the screen. You are not the storm. You are the sky. Reflection. What is aware right now? Ask yourself now. What is aware of this moment? Not the thinking, not the planning. Something deeper. What notices the breath? What hears the sounds? What observes the thoughts? That awareness, it does not speak. It does not argue. It simply knows. Can you feel its presence? It has no name, no form, but it is here, always, watching, waiting, witnessing. This awareness is not yours. It is you. Affirmations for returning to awareness. Say these slowly, allowing each line to echo. I am not my thoughts. I am not my past. I am awareness itself. I rest in spaciousness. I trust the silence beneath all noise. I am the sky wide, open, still. Let these words guide you back when life pulls you outward. Practices for living in awareness. You don't need to sit in meditation all day to live from awareness. Here are simple ways to remember the stillness within. The pause before reacting. When emotion arises, don't speak or act immediately. Take one breath and ask, who is aware of this? 2. Witnessing in daily life. As you wash dishes, walk, or sit at a red light, say silently, this is known. I am the knowing. 3. Labeling thoughts. When thoughts come, label them gently, thinking, remembering, planning. This helps disidentify without judgment. 4. Return to the body. Awareness is not only in the head, it is in the whole body. Feel the soles of your feet, the rise of your chest, the weight of your hands. You are not floating, you are anchored. Visualization. Floating in stillness. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself lying on calm, warm water. You are floating effortlessly. The sun is above you. The sky is vast. There is no sound but your breath. You are not trying. You are being. Feel the water support you. You do not need to swim. You are held. Say softly, I am safe in this moment. I let go of doing. I rest in being. Let the mantra rise. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, in stillness, peace in silence, peace in the self beyond thought, awareness and liberation. Why does awareness matter? Because awareness is liberating. When we rest in awareness, we are no longer slaves to emotion. We are not dragged by every fear. We can respond instead of react. We find peace not because life is perfect, but because we are not entangled in its drama. The Buddha taught that awakening is the end of identification with the personal self. The I that grasps, resists, judges, defends. When we stop believing every thought, we begin to see clearly. We begin to love deeply. We begin to live fully. Let go of the seeker. In your journey, you may have searched for truth, for peace, for self. Now, in this final, let go even of the searcher. You don't need to become anything. You already are. You don't need to arrive. You were never far. Drop the effort. Just be. Just breathe. Just watch. Say, the search ends here. I am what I have been seeking. I rest in knowing I am free. Let this be your final mantra for the night. Sohum, 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 Em, Em, Em. You are not the storm. You are the sky. You are not the story. You are the silence. You are not the name. You are the knowing. And in this knowing, there is peace, returning to the heart. As we bring this journey to a close, take one more gentle breath. Let it fill your lungs with presence. Let it leave your body like a soft sigh of release. You have traveled far not through distance, but inward, through silence, through mantra, through reflection and stillness. You have touched the depth of compassion, met the flame of awareness, and listened to the quiet voice of your own being. You have remembered what the world made you forget. That peace is not something you must earn. That love does not require you to be perfect. That freedom is not in the future, it is in presence. In these 3 hours, you have heard sacred truths, not from someone else, but from within your own heart. The chants and mantras were not spells, but mirrors reflecting your own innate wisdom. Each breath was a bell of mindfulness. Each pause was a doorway to now. The Buddha taught that everything you need for awakening already lives inside you, not in a temple, not in a book, not in a distant land, but here, in this breath, in this moment. And now, you have felt it. Perhaps the world outside you has not changed. The noise may still be there, the demands, the worries, the unknowns, but you have changed. You are more rooted, more aware, more spacious inside. And that subtle shift, that quiet remembering, it matters. Because when you return to your life with mindfulness in your breath, with compassion in your eyes, with stillness in your heart, you become a lamp for others. You radiate presence. You walk gently in a hurried world. And when you forget again, and you will forget, that's okay. Simply return to the chant, to the breath, to the moment. No shame, no punishment, just the next breath, the next now. This is the path. Not a straight road, but a spiral, a rhythm, a return. So tonight, rest in the refuge of everything you've remembered. Let the silence be soft around you. Let your heart feel held. Say to yourself, I have arrived. I am home. I am peace. And let that be your lullaby, as sleep takes you gently in its arms. The journey continues tomorrow, not with striving, but with presence. But for now, beloved listener, rest. You are whole. You are held. You are home.